Welcome, 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 all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes out there in Radio Land. I'm Ron. That's Joe. And this is Wild and Weird Radio Live. And
What's going on, everybody?
Joseph, you want to run down the peoples and let them, yeah, give them the shout outs.
Deucer, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you back, man. It looks like you guys had an absolute ball last weekend, man. Envious. Looks like it was great. Lisa Beard in the house on time today too. Great. Good job, Lisa. Teresa's haunted history of the tri-state. What's going on? Fish Belly as usual. What's up? Tony Breeden in the house. What's going on? Pat's here on time this week, Ron.
Is Pat here on time?
Pat gets a gold star.
Well, I sent him a reminder, so you know. I mean, it's kind of cheating, but
Angie's here with us. We've got Jimbo over at Spooky Appalachia in the house. And that's yep.
They're still coming
that catches us up in the comments, guys. Let us know you're here and watching. I know there are way more people watching than what we've actually got announced off here. Yeah. So comment in the chat, say hi. We'll pop you up on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Get
on
Ada
there. Cox is in. What's going on, Ada? It's been a doozy of a day.
It has been a doozy of a day, hasn't it?
So,
all right.
there's always been people asking about our past, and I wore a relic tonight.
Oh dear God, where'd you dig that up at?
I've got this one and a black one left. Those are the only two that I still have.
I have a green one. I've had it on the other day. I wore it just for old time's sakes. Kind of like the Ghost Watch. Whenever now and again I wear it. Like, you know. There's some other shirts. This is the
reptiles. This is our old original branding with reptiles that don't suck, guys. This was every time we went out to a show. This was the logo.
That was it.
Ashley's in the house. What's going on, Ashley?
You folks who missed it, we were actually on Ashley's program there this week, and she did a wonderful job. I just want to give her
it was a really fun show.
Shout out, because that was fun. She did a really good job.
So if you have yet to go check that out, that is on Wednesdays. We Talk Weird. Look that up in any podcast thing, and it is on Wednesdays. We Talk Weird. Go check out that episode. Check out the show.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really, really fun episode too. That you're going to learn some things. We went into another deep dive into our origin stories, which hasn't been done, I don't think, since episode 1. Really, not to that extent. So that was really. That's 170 some episodes back. You know, you want to go digging. We have some stuff coming up this week. We've got we're entering the Mothman Days officially.
Yes,
we're that, and that's going to be a big deal. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and explain to you guys what that is. But right now, I'm going to need you guys to hit the likes, shares, and all that stuff, and get this shared out to some people.
Aaron Kingston, what's going on?
Sorry, I had to have a drink. This is water. It's coconut water.
You know, I've always got my cup on hand all the time.
Coconut water and lime, actually, is what that is. I'm addicted to coconut water again. Stuff's good.
So we've got real quick to get us rattled off here. Again, to remind everybody, this show is brought to you by all of our super chatters out there. Our executive producer, Mr. Adam Good. I didn't see Adam in the chat yet.
He may not be here yet. He's probably
Teresa's haunted history of the tri-state. Dewey Edwards, the legendary Deuster. Spooky Appalachia, Larry Hose, Guitarchains Craig, Travis Aurednik, Geoffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, BigfootLittlefoot, Tommy Swiger, Terri Summerfield, and Sarah Ramsey. Thank you guys. You are what keep this show rolling on the road nonstop and keeping it free for everybody.
Rolling. That's what we're doing.
Scott Holbrook just jumped in. Ashley talking about yesterday's show. It was a fantastic show. Definitely check it out. People have already been giving it some big praise. That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Good. I'm glad we didn't scare them away. We have a tendency to do that sometimes, Ashley.
Aaron says, I discovered you guys through Ashley. I also run a reptile-centered pet shop. Oh, are you kidding? Where at? Which one?
Weird synchronicities. That's tomorrow's show, by the way. So just
Yeah, right.
let you know. We'll talk about that in a little bit too.
Which one do you run, Aaron?
Oh man, I'm dehydrated, guys.
He says he's going to give it more.
Well, tomorrow's show is really a big deal, and I don't think we can overstate that. It's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. It was a really awesome guest to have on the show. We've talked about the whole UFO owl thing and alien owl thing before, but it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to have the man who wrote the book, literally. So that's awesome.
Oh man, tomorrow's episode's off the charts good.
Pet Den in Nederland, Texas, right? Nederland, Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
That is awesome, man. We used to deal with a ton of people from Texas because we used to vend at the big Tinley NARBC show, and I know you know what that is, Aaron. We were regular vendors there for years up until the pandemic, and we still keep animals. We still have we still breed Leachianus geckos, gargoyle geckos, crested geckos. We've been doing it since like 2000. We started doing crested geckos, what, 2009, wasn't it?
Somewhere around the dawn of time.
Yeah, been forever ago.
Started.
And I used to breed ball pythons prior to that and had a ton of snakes.
Yeah, you did. You're the first person. You know, I never liked snakes. I mean, I was like about 80% of the people on the planet who were afraid of snakes. And this idiot came to me one day with a very large snake.
Yep, Sheila.
Sheila. And she was amazing. And I held it, and it was just like, this is amazing. And from that point on, I was hooked. And
she was a 7 foot BCI, or no, she wasn't a BCI. She was a BCC.
Yeah,
she was one of the big girls.
Yeah, boa constrictress.
Yep.
And very amazing snake, just gentle and just an amazing animal. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I had to get into that, and so we did. Yep. And that's the origin story of RTDS, sort of.
There we go. We got a fellow NARBCer in the house.
NARBC. Hey,
man, we wanted to get down to Arlington. It's just we're in West Virginia, so it's a bit of a haul.
Okay, so first of all, you have to tell everyone what NARBC stands for.
Okay, North American Reptile Breeder Conference.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal, kind of like MUFON.
Yeah, it is, and they have the biggest and best shows. There was an issue with something that happened, and we've just not been able to get back out there.
Well, here's the thing: when you guys do these big shows, just remember you don't want to ever lose your spot.
Never,
because you won't get back in unless someone dies.
Yep, that's right. That's NARBC true. St. Louis is this weekend.
It's very true. But, unfortunately we did have 2020 happen, and
yeah. And then there was a whole bunch of people that their vendor fees got lost, and we were one of them. And it just happens.
It was part of the thing, man. It's no coincidence. We ended up.
Yeah, it was, because it did cause the shift. It's one of the major reasons why we're doing what we're doing right now.
Did you happen to see an owl during that time? I just wonder.
I would not be surprised, man.
Now, if we look back, I wonder if any of us seen an owl at that time. I mean, that's wow. I don't know.
Teresa says, I used to show snakes and other animals when I worked at the education department for the Clay Center. I loved it, except for the fact that they'd almost always try to slither down my shirt for warmth.
They do that. Yeah, they will do that. That's true. And, snakes they're an incredible creature if you just give them a half a chance. They're not, they get a bad rap. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And, what was really cool is you managed to be able to get so many people.
Oh, yeah.
To actually confront their fear when we worked at the pet shop and hold a snake, much less buy one, but just to hold a snake and get that fear out of their heads,
And so many of them actually did wind up coming back and buying one later,
Yeah.
That was the cool part. They actually invited these critters into their home, and they learned to love them.
Well, I'll tell you this. We were very good when it came to that. And I think a testament to that was when we got Wayne to actually hold a snake.
Yes.
I mean, albeit it was a worm with teeth.
It was a colorful worm. It's a Kenyan sand boa.
colorful worm with teeth. That's what I breed. And
Yeah.
that was a big step, though. That was a huge step. And if you can do that,
Pat said MUFON deals with reptilians too.
it's all
right?
the same, man. And it's all the same. We all end up, So
Ever hear of the hoop snake? Yes.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting, there's actually there's no snakes that actually perform this thing naturally. Now there might be something, there could have been something here in the States that went extinct, but there is a lizard that does perform that bite the tail and roll down the mountain. It's the sun gazers. I think
I love that name. That's a great name for
their names. The Latin name is something draconis because they're like little dragons.
Yeah, they're really cool. Man, we had some just literally late breaking news this evening. A couple hours ago, it came through that I guess they're going to let Grush do his thing. That they're going to actually. This is going to happen, is what I'm understanding. I got the clip there. I'll let you guys watch it. Here's what was said.
Today, an amendment by the House Oversight Committee will allow the guy on your screen, whistleblower Dave Grush, to give details, top secret information about UFOs, including what he had heard about alien bodies, and to now give it to members of Congress. Is today a day in the right direction? Investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell. It's good to see you, brother. Do you believe this is the moment?
Well, this is a moment. Like, as you said, today is a good day.
I mean, it could be a good day, right? Could be a terrible day, too. Because we know that they just replaced Kirkpatrick, or I guess he stepped down. So, there's someone waiting in the wings. I wonder who's going to get it. And everyone seems to think that this is a good thing. I'm not so sure. Because, surprisingly, some of those statements that Kirkpatrick made on his way out, it kind of hinted that someone was tying him up just a little bit, didn't it? That
he really did. It seemed like
a lot.
He almost acted like his hands were tied a lot of the times. I'm curious because of the way his statement came out, is if what he was saying and how he was behaving during those hearings was because he kind of had his hands tied.
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm
if he was
wondering.
told to go out here and act a certain way and do not lead this,
Yeah, just basically have the no comment kind of, just stick to the business kind of thing,
Oh yeah.
But it surely did seem like he had some interesting information that he just could not share, especially if you read that last article in Politico.
The last article was
in
great,
Politico,
especially his statements with how he was saying that
it's right here. I'm going to read it because there's a lot of people who don't read those, our articles we post up there.
Yeah.
But he basically said, in other memorable moments that came out when he co-authored a draft academic paper positing that the unidentified objects Arrow is studying could be alien probes from a mothership sent to study Earth, Kirkpatrick said the document that was posted online was in a draft form and did not have permission to be published. However, he does not regret his involvement. And he also says, in fact, he believes the best thing that could come out of his job is to prove that there are aliens. That's a direct quote. Because the alternative is a much bigger problem. If we don't prove it's aliens, then that's where finding it. Then what we're finding is evidence of other people doing stuff in our backyard, he said, and that is not good. I would agree with him on that. I would definitely agree with him.
Yeah, I mean 100%, because that means that not only have we completely missed this phenomena for years of our enemies in our own backyard flying in our airspace for however long, and we've just been like, oh
no, Kirkpatrick is an idiot. I mean, you don't go to that level being an idiot. All right,
you don't. No, he's a very smart man.
He's a very smart man.
The men in black say that they we have their word. He's definitely not being shushed.
Yeah, he's not. And here's the thing about Kirkpatrick. Like I said, the only dumb thing that he did that really irked me was when he came out and he said that stuff, we're against Grush. I don't think that was cool. I don't care if you don't like somebody, you don't go out and, basically call them crazy. My thing with it is that he essentially put it on the table. Either he didn't say that this is a UAP, some kind of anomalous phenomena. He used the word alien. You heard that.
He straight up said alien.
Okay. So either it's aliens or it's not. We've been saying that for a while, right? What's funny is so has he apparently, but he just couldn't say it until now. But let's think about that for just 1 second. Because we know by using the logic that he gives us, it's either aliens or it's advanced adversarial.
Those are the only two options. He didn't say anything else. There was just adversarial or aliens.
Right.
And here's something that he said that kind of, I could be looking at this a little too deep. Okay. So
you could be. You might be.
He said the best case scenario is that it's aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Is that inferring that they're not going to eat our brains? Or like that they're not adversarial, so to speak?
The only way you would say it was the best
he would know that?
Right. That's the only reason you would say it was a best case scenario, right? Is if you knew that there was, like we've been saying, some kind of federation or there's some kind of something with the rules, something with treaties, something with a governing body that has made it clear that, look, we're not doing it. We're not going to come and obliterate you. Now, these other guys might, but we're not going to do that. But more importantly is that we know, you and me and everybody who's listening to us right now know that these are not new sightings. If this all started in 2017, I would say, sure, it could be adversarial tech, right?
Yep.
Couldn't it? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
If it started in 1999, could be adversarial tech, right? Couldn't it?
It could be, yeah.
So if it started in 1984, it could be adversarial tech still, right? Technically. Okay. If it started in 1947, it could possibly still be adversarial tech. Possibly. Maybe. Except for some of the flight characteristics that were being described. This is where we get into it. We start getting into the flight characteristics being described that are literally farther above what we could be doing. And I know everyone's saying like, oh, well, they're 40 years ahead of us. Oh, that's true. But that only started in the 40s.
It is. Yeah. That is exactly when that started.
It only started in the 40s. So anything before that, we have to look at and be like, wait a minute now. We have these weird occurrences. We have these weird airship things. We have these, these orbs that have been seen. Even Columbus reported seeing UFOs during his journey.
Yeah, those balls of light,
the balls of light,
the lanterns, and
the lanterns.
Yep.
There's multiple accounts that go back not only into antiquity, thousands of years. Hey, Nancy. But also just hundreds of years ago. So if I say this to you, if it's 100 years ago, could it be adversarial tech? No, it absolutely could not be, in my opinion.
Right.
Not unless those Nazcans really got those balloons going.
The Nazca hot air balloons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Men in Black says the aliens the aliens that don't exist absolutely will not eat your brains.
That's absolutely true.
That's
the ones that don't exist. You remember that.
And Fishbelly has said adversarial aliens. Yeah, I mean that's
we didn't rule that out. No one has yet.
Like I'm not one of these people. I don't go out in the forest thinking that I'm going to meet my forest brother, and I definitely don't look at the skies looking for my space brother.
I have looked for my space brother before, so I'm just going to say that. Although I was warned today not to do that. We had a very good little response over on our YouTube, and I love it when you guys leave comments. I mean,
yeah,
that's wonderful. I love to see that. So do take the time to leave comments because, it helps the algorithm, and honestly,
It
it's really
does.
cool to have the interaction with you people.
Like,
Because
even once
do
these
that.
live videos go up, if you guys just go over into the chat and drop a letter, it counts. It just, so sorry guys. I
Wow,
didn't get to I swallowed a bug, I think.
I think you might have. I don't know what that
Some
was.
of those orbs you guys see flying around down here
Orb,
occasionally, because
an
again,
orb got
reptiles in
you.
the basement, so we have fruit flies.
That orb got you. That's what that
Many
was.
modern accounts are identical to the reports of Victorian and earlier, but attributed to fairy creatures.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, we did have one individual who was very concerned about us, Joe. Wanted to make sure that they were giving us advice, basically telling us to be careful in the woods, and they've had this encounter with these things, and it doesn't sound like they had a very pleasant encounter.
Yeah, and we are very cautious.
And I also reminded them, well, it was awesome sage advice, and thank you, but you're about 40 years too late for me at least. But I still appreciated it, every bit of it.
Yeah, we are very careful when we go out. We know that you're not always going to run into something that might be, like I said, Space Brother or Forest Brother, all that stuff.
Well, I can promise you this: if it's a Space Brother type situation, you ain't gonna remember it. So, I mean, it might have happened.
Guys, hope you're doing well this week. We are. Thanks for asking, Julie Bug. Glad to have you here with us. Or you swallowed some star jelly.
Oh, speaking of which,
speaking of star jelly,
you guys stay tuned. It's coming up. I promise you, it's coming up. If you're a fan of the star jelly, y'all, it's we got something really cool coming up for you here in the second half of the show, and I'm going to tell you how you're about to be the first kids on the block to get your very own star jelly charm or necklace, or
Tony says, why are Space Sisters overlooked?
Man, I don't know, but they shouldn't be. That's all I'm going to say.
Always pet Forest Brother when you see him.
Oh, that's a great. That's a shirt. That's a shirt.
You do the.
Yeah, you should do that. It works with ghost possums. I'm pretty sure it worked with the.
Right.
With Forest Brother too, there, Joe.
Anita says those star jelly jars are adorable, too stinking cute.
Some of them glow too, which is really a neat feature.
Oh man! And there will be there's a exposing the star jelly exclusive tonight, and then we will also have an exclusive on the table at CryptidCon for those who are coming. Not going to be very much. We're just going to have a few jars of star jelly that you
don't even ask. Just don't even ask. I had no part in that. That's in his part of the laboratory.
You'll love it, I promise.
My lab's downstairs. Everything is sterile there, I promise.
I will pet anything and everything or die trying.
Oh, dear God.
Sky Daddy Matthew McConaughey has been forsaken.
Hey, there he is. He made it. It. There is an unlock tonight, by the way. I'm just saying, there's a really, really special unlock that cost a lot of render time.
Saying the Sky Daddy's been forsaken. Good.
That's a sad thing. Wow. It gave me time to finish my coconut water. So thanks, Adam.
There you go.
So, guys, we have been working on stuff, obviously, for CryptidCon, whatnot.
Yep.
I am trying to whittle down to about an hour and a half presentation down into 45 minutes. Or
man, and like whittling it down on the actual slides.
Yeah,
is the easy part.
That's the easy part.
Whittling down what we're actually going to talk about is going to be even harder.
That's hard. We might actually have to use notes. I don't know, to keep us on track.
I think we're definitely going to have to get together and go over it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's just too, you got that window, so we got to stay in that window, and it's going to be a really good one. I can promise that. We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to show some stuff, and we're going to get some people to ask some questions.
Yeah. Oh,
what? Theresa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're blessed. You have received the sky jelly blessing, and a little bit later, you're gonna see some more appeasing the sky daddy. There you go.
Terri, Ashley said, just talk faster.
I know, but the problem, Ashley, is I do that.
Yeah, he'll
and
go and Ron does this
I'm going to
hilarious.
auction a car off, man.
Ron does this hilarious thing where he will get going on like reading notes and we'll read it off like the disclaimer at the end of a
I
pharmaceutical.
don't even have to read the notes though. I can still do that. And but here's the problem. It goes to y'all save it just for a little bit. We ain't revealed the star jelly yet, and I'm going to give you guys the first opportunity to grab one of these things for a pretty low price. So just chill. God bless it. Does any of you listen?
You guys,
I love you all, but you're all crazy. You know what? Just forget it. I'm just going to go ahead and do this.
Oh man.
You know, here's what they look like if you haven't seen them. That's the little card.
Alan Lassiter. What is going on, Alan? Good to have you on the show. I like that profile photo you got in there.
So there's your little card. It's going final product may not look exactly like this, but it's pretty darn close. There's the card it comes with. The card is the same. Each one of these are different. Every single one of them will be different. They will be $10. Yay, $10, right? And that's an adjustable little necklace you got there too.
Jamie Snell's in the house. Look
Jamie,
at that.
Welcome, Jamie. And you know, if you guys want one, just you pop in the $10 sticker or whatever. And for you dummies who want one, who've already put 5 down, you know what to do. It's just $10.
Just reach out to us that way, because I don't know how the YouTube thing works on your all's end. But
they can keep buying stickers. Yeah, they totally can.
Okay.
So yeah. So you guys, whatever. If you want one, just let me know. And
who is this?
Happen.
It's like having Grandpa on the show.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Jamie, we love you. Can't wait to see you in 2 weeks, man.
Find the other. Oh, here's one. This is a neat one. It's a little rainbow in there. See it?
Ashley says I need a glow one.
Oh, you need a glow one? Okay. Well, I'll find you a glow one. Let me see. Nope, it's not that one. Well, I'll find you one. We'll make sure that you get one. I think I found one. Yep, that one glows. I think that one glows. Little yellow one there. It's all pretty and sparkly. So yeah, there you go. So there's the star jelly. You guys got first dibs on it. So congratulations.
Adam, good. Give me the jelly roll.
Which one do you want, Adam? Nope. Give him the special one. It was made just for that.
Oh,
see it?
Okay, wait, I didn't know. I thought you were going to reveal it later.
Yeah, see, that's real physics right there. I did that.
Ada Cox.
All right, I'm writing my orders down here.
Lisa Beard. Star
Ashley,
jelly order.
Star jelly purple.
Please.
You got. Star jelly purple. And Ashley wants a glow.
Spooky Appalachia's just angry. Which color do you want, man? That put you up to where you needed to be.
Yeah, which one do you want? And who else was it? Adam, what color did you want, bud?
Julie said, I saw the last episode of Mountain State Monsters you guys did with Small Town Monsters. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
There's another episode that's currently being worked on. We're in it pretty heavily as well. Yeah, you'll enjoy that one as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Ashley, jelly. Check this out. This combo is just for you, Ashley.
Now
They
you
flew
do.
over and made a deposit.
That's what I was going to say. You do know that those were made to do that, right? That's how I figured you'd do that.
Nancy,
I even made it.
What color do you want, Nancy?
What color you want, Nancy? I even made it to where it would drop right on the logo. So
I know.
Yeah, right.
Jamie Snell says, Jen and I need a workshop like ASAP. We're working on it, brother.
It's coming.
Right now, we're looking at early spring. We're going to get the date out
coming.
as soon as we actually have it nailed down. We're working with McClintock Wildlife Management Area. They do not do any kind of date management until after January 1st. So unfortunately, I can't book a date now to start planning. We have to wait till January 1st to actually schedule that date. There went my first YouTube check.
Oh, Lord. Somebody go subscribe to Spooky right now.
Go give Spooky some love.
All right. I need to know the colors on Adam and Nancy so far. I got everybody else.
ASAP means now, not spring.
ASAP means now.
Well, maybe we can do something when we're at the hotel next week. Table flip.
Yeah, there's an idea. Actually, that is not. I mean, it's worked before. What's around there? Do you guys know?
Ashley says it's like QVC in here.
Oh, I haven't even started that yet. No, I'm kidding. But there really is. These are limited, and you guys are so far. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So, holy crap! There's only 4 left. Sorry, for real. There's only 4 left.
So Nancy and Adam, what colors were you guys wanting? That way we can get those set aside for you.
Yep, I want to get those set aside for you.
And also, if we do not have your number to reach you,
yep, I don't need that too.
Or address to reach you, rather. Send us your address to our Facebook page.
Yes.
Or wildandweirdwv.com.
Yes.
Jamie's holiday wish list is filled with REM pods and EMF detectors.
Jen, get him a tri-field. That's all he'll ever need.
Yep, tri-field. If you get a tri-field meter, you won't need the multiple EMF.
Get him a tri-field.
Adam Good said glowing green.
Glowing green. Okay, bud. He wants the one that doesn't exist. I got you. All right, cool. Adam. Glow green. Now they all glow green, but do you want? You know what? I'm just going to make you one. You'll like it. It's all good.
Theresa Racer, peer pressured. I'll take any collar.
Oh. Okay. All right, Theresa. Any collar. All right, cool. I got you a really little pretty blue.
Jamie, it is a tri-field. Tri-field. So like 3 fields.
Yeah.
Nancy White says any collar.
Copy that, Nancy. I got you. All right. Looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got 5. So 5. We got 3 left, and
so okay. we've got Theresa, Nancy, Ashley Hilt, Spook, Lisa Beard.
Purple's right here. So there's those 2.
Ada Cox.
Okay.
What color do you want, Ada?
Oh, Ada's got one.
Ada got one too.
Ada got one too?
Yep.
I didn't write her down.
And then Adam.
Who wants? Okay, let's make it either Ada or Theresa, whichever one. Who wants the rainbow one? I'm going to say Ada probably wants the rainbow one, honestly.
Theresa said she'll take whichever ones.
Okay, she don't care. All right, cool. I love it. Okay.
Facebook user says, "Hey guys."
Hey guys. Who is it? You Facebook users always get me because it's like it could be someone really cool who just wants to be incognito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's see.
2 left.
All right, I got Lisa's address here with me.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
send that up to you.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, let's get back to work.
Yes, let's get back at it.
God, thank you guys. I mean, that's literally. Now I got to make more for the show.
Oh,
but
it's
I'm
Beth.
okay.
Beth joined.
Beth?
What's going on, Beth?
Hey, Beth.
She is the coolest.
I'm the coolest.
Bigfoot footprint
are you?
caster extraordinaire.
Are you though? Because if you were, you'd be over here on Facebook, or not on Facebook, but on YouTube.
The YouTube
With the rest of the cool kids. See, the cool
The
kids
cool
are over
kids.
here. So, I don't know. I mean,
Peer
you're a good
pressure,
researcher and all, but
peer pressure.
peer pressure.
She got a pretty good little audio sample. They were out.
Yeah.
Beth probably doesn't care if I share this.
No, she does not
They
care.
were out last night conducting some research in an area that they've been getting some action in, and they had something thrown at them, and on the audio you can hear it when you bring it up. You can hear it go through the trees and then smack the ground.
Yeah, been there, done that, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And that's I loved her the way that she behaved on that. That's absolutely spot on what you
Yep.
do. Okay,
Didn't react. Just kind of.
okay, we're out of here. That's what you want to do. You don't scream, you don't act crazy if something like that happens, because typically what that means is just move on, get on out of here. We don't want
Anita Allen says, "Gee, thanks. Some of us Luddites are stuck on phones right now. You know that YouTube has a phone app, right?"
It's amazing. This technology.
We love you, Anita.
It's like the aliens gave it to us. Wait, did they?
Alan Lassiter says, "Where all do you do researching at?" Well, we've got a few sites. Beth actually lives in the Wanbury area. So we've got the Wanbury area that we check out. We've got the Canola State Forest area where we have a ton of sightings out of, and we've collected tremendous amounts of data from. We've also got Logan, West Virginia. There's a wildlife management area that we've done work in down there. And then essentially anywhere that we get sighting reports at that have like a good continuity to them, like if they're very valid sighting reports and there's like enough sighting reports in that area that kind of lead to it might be worth checking out, then we will go check it out. But we are in for the state, we are in West Virginia. So generally we do most of our research in the southern part of the state. So think like the coal fields of West Virginia kind of stuff.
Or central.
Yeah, and central West Virginia. We go all the way up to Flatwoods, West Virginia, and then we don't really go much higher than that. So it's south central and south central West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. I research on Google. Well, that's where you start. So
That's how analysts work, man. Yeah, good. Where are you around, Alan? Then Lisa Beard says, "Spooky, I'm going shopping on your site next." Uh-oh. Look at that.
Oh, see how this works?
Look at that. Reciprocity, guys.
It's amazing how it works, how people can get along. I think the world could learn a lesson from here.
Anita is in Southwest Virginia, not West Virginia, but Southwest space Virginia. Oh, down in South Carolina. Nice.
Oh, who's in South Carolina?
Alan.
Oh,
Man, so back before we were like an official research team, one of the areas that I would actually go into pretty frequently because my mom lived down there was around Lake Murray. I spent a lot of time in the pine forests there around Lake Murray.
love South Carolina.
Yep.
Edisto is my second home.
Uh-oh, Deuster's going back into the LBL very soon.
Be careful out there.
Man, dude, it looks like you guys had such a blast last weekend. We talked to Seth earlier this week, and he actually told me, and I don't know if he told you or not, but he told me that it was one of the most fun shoots that he's been on in a long time. So it was really that speaks really highly for you guys, man. You know, he gets out there with a lot of people,
There.
And that's it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
There,
And
Jamie.
plus, I love being out with you anyway. Anytime we get a chance just to spend a few minutes together, it's always fun.
That's what you're looking for, Jamie. Or Jen, actually, to buy for Jamie, because that's a great little Christmas present right there.
Those things are pretty nifty, especially that
It's
diesel version.
one of the best ones. Literally, it really is. I think it's one of the best ones that you can get that's handheld like that. Other than that Hero Edition, not Hero Edition. What is it called? The you know which one I'm talking about. The PKE meter.
Oh yeah, the Ghostbusters, the HasLabs.
Yeah, HasLab. That's it.
HasLabs
PKE meter.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
thing's cool. You need
Other
that
than
one,
that-
man. I'm sure he's going to get that anyway.
Oh, I'm definitely getting that. So you can expect to see that in the future.
Oh, not 100% yet, but looks like I'll be hunting the Rougarou in New Orleans in a few weeks. Holy
No,
crap,
thanks.
that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Nope. I'm out.
Need to get out with the team, trying hard to. We know we're going to get together soon regardless. So our off season, we say off season, but all it means is we're not going to conferences and attending shows, is coming up very soon.
It's about what, a 3-month period, something like that, if we're lucky.
It's 3.5 months where we don't do,
And then it's back on the road again.
Yep, and then we're back at it. So we're definitely going to catch up with you out there, Beth. Yeah, Theresa, that sounds like an absolute blast. So I'm telling you guys, tomorrow's show
is
an absolute mind-blowing good show. It was one of the most fun interviews that I've been on our show and this is like not diminishing anybody's, but like this, you didn't want it to end.
No, you did not. You did not. And Mike is just an amazing person, flat out. Literally, if this is it, I'm so glad that we got him now rather than, a couple of years ago after he wrote a couple of the books and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Like we got the whole story almost. I mean, there's more to tell. Don't get me wrong, because it's like 1,000 pages or so if you add all of his books up at this point. But he is the warehouse. He's the storehouse. He is the knowledge bank when it comes to all things with this owl and UFO, alien, non-human contact kind of thing. And we learn, in this, you're going to learn it's not just about UFOs. It's not just about, the whole alien thing. It's about something so much bigger and so different. And it's just a phenomenal episode, an absolute phenomenal episode.
Spooky Appalachia has got Angie coming up as a guest appearance on the show. You're going to love that one, man.
Yeah, she's awesome. Hopefully she tells you that nice spider story.
It says you don't hunt the Rougarou hunts you.
This right here. Yes, that's right.
Tony's, I'm tired of researching. My brain is full. I need to publish a few more books so I can do memory dump. There you go.
Memory dump. There you go. I actually have an outtake clip from tomorrow's show. If you guys want to hear it or see it, just let us know. All it's going to take is a couple of yeses and some hearts or whatnot, and we'll pop that up there for you and let you watch it.
We're going to have to try to get into Merry Krampus next year.
Frogman and Mark.
All of our friends do Merry Krampus. We're going to have to try to get in and do that one next year. I think that would be fun.
Oh, yeah. You got beat by Krampus one year, didn't you?
I did last year. It was great.
It's fun.
It was a dream come true.
Well, okay. I don't even know. I don't care anymore.
Dewey said we used ground penetrating radar at the Mantell crash site last week doing an
told you. Told you what he was doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's dude.
Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hopeful are you right now, Dewey?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. She wants us to tell. She wants us to show it. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys are familiar with the whole you know, the whole thing, right? With the whole owl connection and whatnot. Like, that was big. That's big.
It is huge. I like it though. Gets the point across.
Okay, well, have fun with that. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done that. It helps us. I mean, man, we are picking up some subscribers too. God, thank you all. Thank you all for doing that. Thanks for coming over and hanging out with us. Makes our week, honestly. And I kid you not, that jelly animation, and Patrick knows this, that took a long time. And I actually let it render overnight. But man, it turned out so good. And I'm like, yeah, this is the one. We're going to put this up, the first bottle that gets bought. So yeah, I like that. That was a fun one to do. That's original. That's not AI, guys. I did that. Worked it all piece by piece, built the whole thing. So, you know, speaking of AI, we do have that little issue coming up here soon too. Yeah, won't you?
That's going to be,
No, it's going to be great.
A fun show, man.
It's going to be a phenomenal show. Is what's going to be, and we're going to get a lot of you guys in here. Our people, our writers, our authors, and artists. They're going to be coming on here. If for no other, you know, nothing else, you're just going to come on and do like a 5-minute spiel on why you think it's a bad job, and you know, that's going to be included in the show. Or if you think it's good, I mean, I would say we won't judge you, but we totally will judge you if you say it's good, because there's no good about AI. I'm sorry. I can't think of it. Can you think of one good thing?
No.
Right now, I mean, right now, at this moment, present, right now.
You know, I mentioned, I'll fill you on a little thing that we said last night, or well, not last night, but for tomorrow night's episode. I said the reason I work in clay, I feel very confident working in clay because AI is not working in clay. Well, yesterday, what do you think I saw a video about?
Yeah.
And I sent it over to Ron to take a look. Essentially, it is like a CNC machine that can use 3D sculpted components, which you can give prompts into these 3D sculpting, some of these 3D sculpting programs, and they'll render a fully printable, fully workable image. Well, they were using a drill, just a standard DeWalt drill with a spinning, like a disc plate, and they had a block of clay on it, and it carved out an entire full bust mask.
Yeah.
Like they were going to cast this thing. Now, the thing is, it does have to have human hands touch it to smooth it out and clean it up, but 80% of the work is done for you in rapid time.
Well, it's not even that. It's that 80% of the work, 80% of the creation is done for you. That's what you meant to say. The creation process itself has no touch of human. There's no essence of humanity in it whatsoever. And I think that's where we get into trouble. If I were to find and on the show, we'll talk about this. If I were to find a positive side to AI or machine learning, it would probably come down to something like, I could see it in the right hands being used for like medical, you know, things like that, like trying to figure out if, well, you know, detecting issues with people, stuff like that before doctors ever could, because let's be real here. Doctors, they are as good as they are, and they're usually as good as they get paid to be, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. No. So yeah, it's that's the only thing I'm saying about that.
In honor of Veterans Day, vets keep us all free. That's absolutely right. And you know, we've had a lot of people, you know, one of the things that being a veteran, you hear people say thank you a lot, and we've heard thank you. And again, Scott, thank you. Thanks. And thank you for giving veterans something worth defending.
Like Star Jelly.
I'm getting there. I got to scroll back. Somewhere.
Fire.
Thank you, Scott. You're awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I had to do a Veterans Day video last week. That was it was very well received. It was really, really good. Unscrupulous tech companies train their AI with the works of human creators they're meant to replace, and they use those works without permission, attribution, or permission. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And yeah, it's gonna be a really, really, really good show. So let's roll that clip from tomorrow night's show, Joseph, and let the folks have a look-see at it.
And it's hard to sum it up easily, but within the owl UFO connection, and I'll before we finished, I want to just add that it's not just owls. Excuse me, it's not just UFOs, but within that tiny sliver of the big gigantic continuum of weirdness, that little thread of the owls has been so rewarding in its. For me, it represents the mystical and the mystery and the more. I'm really cautious to use the word spiritual because that's a loaded term, but I'm content with the term mystical or magical.
So you're going to see that we're going to go a little farther than just UFOs. We're going to go a whole lot farther than just UFOs. So it's going to be really, really good.
So Fishbelly says, Al story, I don't remember, grew up in central PA, still a rural area. As teenagers, we gigged suckers during the spring run.
Mm-hmm. That's a fish.
Ran into two old friends, talked about the night I speared an owl. No recall. No memory at all.
Weird.
And
That's
then
weird.
Adam says, I speak with owls all the time.
Yeah, how many of you guys have the owl connection? That's a good question because I was really amazed at how many people have. I mean, I had an owl, so you're not weird if you had an owl or you ran into an owl apparently or anything else. I was really shocked by some of the information that we got from Mike. I mean, really, you can see it. It blew my mind, and you get to hear a lot longer version of my my encounter story on there too. So, if you're interested in any of that, you'll get to see it and hear it. For those folks who didn't make it to, I think the last time I did one like that was the paranormal group.
Yeah, it was the paranormal group.
I went into that pretty deep, but I think that's probably the only other time that that's really been done. We've briefly talked about a few of those things, but yeah. Ashley's got owl theories.
Some of these events, some of these, I guess you would call them, they're synchronicities, very much synchronicities.
Oh, they are synchronicities indeed.
And the way that the owl and a few other creatures have been tied into it is just wild, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's absolutely wild. Like I said, I mean, I'm amazed at the connection, especially when we got into the whole death thing, and the people who are just instantly, after someone dies, thinking, well, that's so and so. That just blows my mind.
Yeah. And with that, it wasn't just so much even owls. There was so many other creatures.
Yeah.
That gets attributed to as well. Yep. But it's usually always birds.
Yep. It's true. It's very true. And it's just a really cool episode. I hope everybody gets to see it. Like
she felt the peer pressure.
What is it? Oh, she did it.
She jumped over on YouTube. I can't wait. I have a few experiences. I wonder if it's the same experiences down here.
Yeah, probably. Anything down that area. I mean, that's Wineberry for you. But yeah, I mean,
we got Glenn Adkins over in the chat too. Glenn Adkins said that the forest giants mimic the owl regularly.
Yes,
yeah.
That's right, Glenn.
Yep.
Glenn, why are you over there? Come over here. Come with us. Come to us, Glenn.
He's watching over in Facebook land.
Come to us, Glenn.
The once one told me that it took 3 licks to get to this.
Yes.
That's it. Yes.
It lied.
Owls are and have always been culturally significant in regards to the paranormal happenings.
Oh yeah.
Cardinals in my family. We bring up cardinals on the show actually.
Yeah. We bring that up.
Have an owl in the park across from me named Samson. He shows up every now and then at the park and he's beautiful.
That's awesome. That is
welcome to the cool kids table, Beth.
See, there you go.
Cardinals for my family. I know the Native Americans don't like seeing owls, but I don't know why. It's a bad omen, or
Not
normally
at
they're
all.
associated with death.
Not all Native Americans, but
Yeah, the Shawnee
they used them
wore
as
them as
psychological warfare.
yeah.
So worked.
Mothman was an owl, no BS.
That's what it was. Okay.
Beth said, my uncle told all of us that he was going home back as a black dog, and we've seen a huge black dog in the hollow for 20 years, but it's only every now and then, and it's the same dog.
Wow, that's weird.
That's pretty wild.
Well, I mean, that place is weird.
That place is beyond weird.
There's some
Wandberry is special.
There's some UFO sightings from that area as well. That's been coming in. So
yeah,
it's
there have been.
Yeah, it gets strange up there. But that's what happened last year too, if you recall. That's when the orb episode kicked up, was during the winter. So very interesting. I don't know what's going on up there. I mean, we could spend all our time up there and still probably never figure it out, to be honest.
We could. Wandberry is basically this area's Skinwalker Ranch.
It really is. And that's not an understatement. You've got Skinwalker Ranch, you've got what is it? You've got the Chestnut Ridge, and you've got Wandberry in our area. So yeah.
So Scott said, I was taking the girls trick-or-treating on Halloween night out of very dark holler and hit an owl and instantly lost all headlights. It freaked everyone out. Oh man.
Wow.
Beth said, I hate the orb season.
Orb season. It's orb season, kids.
Yeah. My mom's house had a black dog. We'd only see its tail and hindquarters disappearing around the corner, though.
Oh, wow. That's wild. That is really wild.
Yeah.
We have a couple of projects that we'll be working on, or by we, I mean me, have a couple of projects I'll be working on here coming up, and we're going to finally get to some of those. We're going to see some of those outtakes from some of the adventures we had over the summer. And one in particular was a little weird, and we're going to finally get to put that down into a documented form.
We've mentioned that a few times on here, so you guys will be familiar with it when it does air.
And let you guys kind of figure out what you think happened.
Wandberry is a convergence of some kind, yeah.
Could be, man. Could be. I mean, it really could be.
30 days before or after the winter or summer solstice, the UFO activity will increase. It happens every year.
The next new moon.
This kind of sounds like you put the owl's lights out too. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We had some really, really, really interesting adventures this summer, and late or early fall.
It was a crazy, crazy summer. That's all I can say about it. And it was wild, and it was definitely weird at times. And just trying to culminate all that back together and put that into one thing. That's, like I said, there's some stuff that happened out there that I still don't quite understand. I was watching it the other day because I was trying to find some footage for Seth, and I found that, and I kept watching it. I'm just like, you can just watch the frame before and the frame after, the clip before and the clip after, and it says it all. It's just like, well, we're dumbfounded by how this could even be, and it was wild. It was very strange. I would say it constitutes a I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what you call that. It's not really missing time as much as it is.
It was more of a time slip.
Yeah.
Or we got, it wasn't really even a time slip. Like, it wasn't so much time that got messed up, but space.
Space got messed up because we traversed way more space than we should have in that allotted time. And I still don't understand physically how that could happen at all.
So,
Mike,
who's that?
Mike Deskins.
I know Mike Deskins. I went to culinary school with him.
Oh.
But I'm trying to see who that is over here on Facebook, but I don't see it.
Oh, they're hiding from you.
Yeah, I can't see it.
How about that? That's wild.
I have cardinals around my shop and the house all the time. I have friends tell me that it's rare, at least for them. I do nothing special. I've got cardinals around my house all the time too.
Yeah.
But I live on the edge of the forest.
Yeah, they do show up.
Yep.
They show up quite a bit.
Ada says I have a lot of doves and cardinals around here. Yep. Your area's got a lot of everything, Ada. You live out there in the Mon.
Yeah, there's some stuff out there, isn't there?
Yeah. Sitting by the fire this time last night, and something across the creek burped quite loudly, probably within 100 feet.
That's weird.
Got Mike Deskins. He's over there. That's the one that said, "Sup, man." There's Mike. What's going on, buddy?
So I am checking something here for you.
Andrew said, I have all the birds, but that's because I feed them. Kind of the same boat.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
So I'll show you guys a little bit of what I'm working on here. This is one of the newer little guys. These are all going to go to CryptidCon. These are all original sculpts. They're going to be one of a kind, and they're all little alien monsters. So you guys will have those to enjoy. I got here's one. This guy just needs painted. He's done. These are our little star jelly babies.
I don't want to talk about that.
I had a crow try to get me to follow it once, and it sounds crazy and edgy, but it's 100% true story. I did not follow it. I regret it. I have crows that come to me all the time. And I've been given feathers multiple times by crows.
They're little thieves. They could have had a diamond ring or anything, Ashley.
All right.
Gold. I mean, I hear that's not uncommon for those guys.
It's not uncommon. If you give them shiny stuff, they will bring you shiny stuff in return.
They love the shinies. So I had a report that was sent in by someone over on the site. And I'm not reading anyone's names, not going to give any locations, but it is here in West Virginia. That's all I'm going to say. But apparently, let's see where I can find it here. Yeah, they were out looking at stars when they noticed a light coming from behind the tree line. And it seemingly was intentionally moving. It was eastbound. It paused, and then it started back up, and it stopped, and it backtracked, and it looped. So this thing was just moving back and forth, basically. You know, stars don't do that, right? So it kept its direction until it disappeared behind the trees again. The entire sighting lasted almost 3 minutes. So I think we can rule out a few things there. But it had the same visual temperature as stars, meaning that it was kind of that whitish, blue color or whatever. Yeah. I couldn't remember the exact shape, but it seemed to be kind of oblong. There was no dense, no aura, anything like that around. It was just a star-like, color and a little bit oblong. It appeared slightly larger than any of the stars in the sky. Was positioned up high in the atmosphere, but lower than airplanes at cruising altitudes. Let's see, the whole sighting lasted about 3 minutes. And of course, there's no photographic evidence because in these kind of situations, it's either too dark or B, you're just standing there with your mouth open staring at the sky. And
yeah,
that does happen. I know people don't believe that, but it absolutely does happen.
And the one thing that a lot of people don't realize is at night, if you're trying to collect any kind of data that is a focal light point, on your phone or any digital camera for that matter, it's not like a SLR. Man, it's just going to look like anything else.
Well, you got to have a tripod. You have a tripod, you have it in night mode. You've seen ours. That's what those were shot with, those ones that I took. And that's how they work.
Beth said that's what they're seeing down here. Remember, I was telling you 3 people have come to me to report their sightings, like a huge bright orb moved funny.
Yeah, that's right. So you guys keep your keep your eyes up to the skies here in the next couple of weeks. I want to see if anything else starts showing up around here.
Ada Cox says, what does it mean when they drop a crow feather on your property? Normally it means they like you.
Mm-hmm. They have marked you for destruction. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't mean that at all. I'm just messing with you. No, it is a gift. It's also considered a gift from your ancestors as well.
Theresa says, so I know corvids can mimic human voice, but how likely is it for one in the wild to do it? Pretty likely, especially if it's in a area that they frequent and stay in. It's very common. She said, I thought I heard voices in the cemetery today, and it was coming from an area where 3 crows were. It's very possible. I know that the crows that live here.
It's plausible, right?
It's very plausible because I know that the crows that live here and roost back up in behind our house, they know me, and they'll come in, they'll get close, and they'll hear me speak to them. And I'm not the only kind of person that does that stuff. So if there is the possibility that those birds fly off and somebody else could be hearing my voice 10 miles away because it'll set and mimic just like a parrot would.
Man, it's a terrifying thought.
It's a terrifying thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, if a crow ever shows up here and it sounds like you,
you call and make sure I'm not dead.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, man.
What? Joe fell down a well.
Lisa said, my Apple takes some fantastic night shots. Yeah, but you got to hold that camera very, very still. And if any objects are moving, action shots at night are really tough. Drumstick is a real condition when you see these strange things. Dumbstruck.
Yeah. And you're 100% right. It really is, buddy. Because you just sit there and you're just like, what did I just see? Because I tell you, man, I don't know. I still struggle with some of the stuff that we've seen at this point, and I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And I can't explain to you what it is. I mean, that's just how it is. Like, what do you do? That's all I can say. What do you do? Right. Because, there's things out there. There's things out there that are moving around. There's things out there that are not only just moving around, but there's things out there that are, let me see. I might be able to show you one. Let me see if I can find one for you. Let's see. Maybe if you're really lucky, if you're really, really lucky, I'll be able to find one for you. If you want to see it. I mean, if you don't, I can skip to something else too.
Beth, it depends on what generation phone it is. The cameras in the last 3 years have really, really upticked with that night mode. But some of them are still like so-so.
Yeah, there's some really good, equipment out there now that you can get. I got to see some of those glasses, those Ray-Ban glasses with the camera in them this week. Oh my God. What a great idea this is for researchers. You could literally just go out in the field, tap we're recording, and anything that you see is getting sent to your phone or your pad or whatever you got, right?
I told you those things were a trip, man.
Dude, they're amazing.
Where did you see them at in person?
Guy down at the down there where I work, he came in and had one of them. Was like showing it to me. He was like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah, dude. For research purposes, man, they're going to be.
I got to see the actual footage and the footage. I was expecting it not to be that good. Oh no, it's amazing. This is amazing, and I foresee using those in the future. Is what I'm saying. At some point in the future, we will probably have a set of those because, man, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That way you don't miss anything that if we'd have had it, in several instances at this point, say at your farm, there you go. Because they've gotten a little bit of night vision on it too.
Yeah.
Which is even cooler, I'll show you. Here's one. This was the, whatever this thing is, iPhone 15 Pro or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. But this was down at Eddystone. We shot this, and it was night, dark. We were on the very deserted beach. There was no lights. The lights were all back behind us, hundreds of yards. It was just the moonlight, and we got We got this thing. It was sitting on the tripod, pointing straight up. I don't know if you can see that, but there's two things going on here. If you look, there's one going up, toward the right, and there's one that's going diagonal toward the left corner as well. You can see it there. What's going on straight up. There's another one right there. See it? There's one. Yeah. So there's one on the left and the one on the right that goes up.
8 o'clock says, where can we get those glasses? Ray-Ban. Ray-Ban is actually who produces
Ray-Ban.
those.
Yeah, Ray-Ban makes those. And they look like they're going to be really, really awesome to have.
Beth says, anyone want a Wineberry spooky free kitten? It's awesome. Live souvenir.
Live souvenir. Live souvenirs. Yeah. There you go. It's probably haunted.
Beth is giving away Convergence kittens.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It'll bring the paranormal into your home.
Yep. This cat may or may not be possessed. I don't know. It's definitely not possessed. That's what you want to say.
It's definitely not possessed.
And then you'll sell it. See, you don't have to give it away.
That's right.
Some fool will just come right up and be like, I gotta have that. Here's $3,000.
Everybody's wanting this kitten now, Beth. You've created a
way to go, Beth. Way to go. Way to go.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. But yeah, man. I mean, there's definitely some stuff out there. That's what the whole premise of this show was about and is about. We still got a lot of time to go. But I want to know the weirdest thing that you guys have seen out there. And by out there, I mean in the woods, in your backyard, in the sky, whatever. And Walmart doesn't count. Just to say, Walmart does not count. That's how you give an Aurednik. Yeah. Right.
So, what's the strangest coincidence?
Yeah, that's a good one. No, that's a real deal.
Jamie says what happened in Logan. Alan Lassiter says the Brown Mountain Lights. And for those of you who haven't heard the Logan thing, anybody who's new, on night 1, we captured thermal footage of a Bigfoot, a possible Bigfoot.
Possible.
There's been a lot of people looked at it and agreed that it's something big and very possibly a Bigfoot. And then the following night, we captured multiple UFOs, on thermal. And we recorded them for probably 15 minutes total.
I don't know. There was enough.
We were out there recording. Now the actual recordings of the UFOs probably only last about a minute and a half of the 15 minutes that we were out there recording. But there was never a dull minute.
Well, it literally got to the point to where it was just like you didn't even.
Well, there's another one. Jen says, "Well, Ron, this one time in Logan."
Right. Let me find.
Oh, that's right. Jamie was there for the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah, Jamie was there. He saw the Phoenix Lights. I'm trying to find that footage.
Ada says, "I've seen a portal open and close."
Well, you beat me.
Hiked a mile to a cabin late one night while lighting a fire with the fire in the barrel. So a sparrow, poor man's raven, flew. Oh, people are commenting. Buried it. Flew in, open door, watched me, then left.
Oh.
So the sparrow flew into the door, watched him, and then left. Interesting. And at night.
That's just weird.
Well, there was that big UFO over my friend's house, the orange sky painting, the big heavy creature walking across a clearing from me that I couldn't see. 5 juvenile Bigfoot exiting a diamond-shaped UFO I had asked to show up. Oh, mercy. This happened on 7,000 acres of private land. I now live within a half mile of that location. Holy cow.
What?
When are we going to get together with you? Strange coincidence. Tried to text a coworker, but hit the wrong number. It ended up being my ex-boyfriend. He recognized my name. We started chatting and we're married 3 months later.
Oh, yeah. You actually told. That's crazy. Yeah. I heard that story. It's amazing.
Strangest sighting, probably the Aurednik, right? Isn't that thing so bizarre?
I can't say that. I'm going to say whatever I saw on the road. I think that trumps the thing that we saw in your backyard out there.
Oh, yeah. That thing,
the
Yeah.
Mothman thing. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Beth said I saw a squatch and peed myself.
She did.
She
She
did.
did. I actually edited that
We
video,
documented it.
and I took
Not her peeing on herself, but
No, I
the
took
story.
the audio out, so you don't have to hear her saying that, because she documents everything, you know. But that's okay, because so did Joe.
Yeah.
Here it is. I got it, guys.
I watched one of the ghosts I have lived with boop the cat on laying on my chest's nose.
That's funny.
Bird perched on a nail used as a coat hook. Man, I wonder that was it a sparrow or a Carolina wren? Because those,
Yeah, that's like a thing, right? Isn't that like an old tale or something? When they do that, right?
But Carolina wrens will be sometimes kind of active at night, and they go all up and down the East Coast. So
Yeah. Here you go.
this is the Bigfoot, possible Bigfoot. Just keep an eye on it. You'll see a step away here in a minute. You can see the bottom of its foot and everything.
Yeah. Okay. So there you can see, I zoomed in a little bit, so you're going to be able to see it, and you'll kind of see it looks like it puts its mouth, like its head to its hands, like it's eating something. We don't know. We don't know what it's doing. We don't even know what it is, but it's really big, because we can see it walk away there at the bottom. And that was a big thing. I don't know what that
it was big.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that, that's the Logan footage.
It was a brown capped sparrow. Okay.
And that ended up the next day we had to go out there and investigate that, which was during,
Yeah.
the festival. And so we had to go in the evening. And when we went in the evening, Danner and Jamie and Jen were crazy enough to say, hey, can we come along?
And that's when the UFO stuff happened.
Yeah. So it was probably after Danner.
Yeah. Pat said the weirdest thing I've had happen was getting caught in the woods surrounded by a choir of coyotes. Had to be at least 20 of them.
Let's see if I can pull up one of the UFO or the UAPs. Here's the UAP, not for release. This is the one we want to use. Ooh, yeah, it'll go up. We'll get to look at that here in a second. But since then, what was really funny is before the UAP thing, we went out there and we were looking around for stuff. It's getting dark, our comms start failing, start doing weird stuff. And Danner was watching the Geiger counter, and I told him to call out if it goes above, anything significant, anything above 30, 35, significant. And the comms mess up, and as soon as the comms mess up, he calls out like 40, whatever it was, 41, 42.
Yeah,
I think it's 42. And I'm like, what? And it just dropped immediately. Oh, it's back to normal. I'm like, oh, okay. And then no, probably like 10 minutes later, this is when we would go out in the parking lot, and we're looking around with the thermal, getting B-roll, not looking for anything, just getting B-roll. And Joe points the scope at the sky, and that's it. That's the first. That was the first part, and then it continued from there. And we got some really good footage of this, and that thing's moving. That thing is really moving. My hope was that we had just seen birds, so I contacted everyone and was like, tell me they're birds. But even the most skeptical among them said, nope, it's not birds. What are they? I don't know. A couple of the big UFO groups, they tried to tear it apart, say it was drones. I'm like, well, if it's drones, then they're not ours. So
yeah,
maybe
then come to find out, the CIA was like, oh yeah, by the way,
they may be drones.
See that black shield going around? I say shield, but it's more of a black heat signature. That's void of temperature, by the way. That is colder.
Bizarre. That is just bizarre.
That is colder than the ambient air.
Yeah, it's important to realize what we're looking at here. If that was a photo, I could explain that. It's just a contrast difference. But
yeah, but this is a thermal imager in white hot mode. So the object is super hot.
Oh, here's bugs. Here's bugs. This is when we tried to compare it to bugs.
And then you see that metal pole there.
Insect. Yeah, the pole's glowing.
See the black outline?
Yeah.
You have that cold metal because it's super cold, but the pole is hot because there's electricity running through it.
Mm-mm.
And the lights are on. And you can see, if you look at that, you can even see right in the middle of that pole where there's you can even see the electrical conduit running down the middle of the pole. Because it's a different heat temperature or different heat
I don't
signature.
know. I don't know what any of that was. I'll be 100% with you. All we know
UFOs,
is,
that's what it was.
I know, because after
UFOs.
that we went out and we just kept, collecting them, and we got them from everywhere at that point. So what are they? I mean, I don't know. I have no clue. It's us.
Jamie was like, it's us. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing.
You guys are the magnet.
Well, okay. Yeah, maybe. And that's not a joke, maybe. And that's what we're going to be doing down at the paranormal workshop. We're going to see if that's the case, because who's to say that that's not the X factor? I'm trying to figure out all this while why during some of these events we start having activity. And at first I was like, well, this looks bad because we keep having this activity, when we're there, it's not looking good. But we have so many witnesses to it. They know we're not doing anything, which is great. But at the same time, outsiders look at that and they're like, oh, everybody's paid off. I'm like, oh yeah.
Because we have that kind of money. Let me tell you.
We can do that. So my thing is what Glenn had said. Intent. When they always went out and tried to find Bigfoot, when they were doing their Bigfoot research, they worked on the old ways. They worked on the intent that this thing can sense things, and it plays right into that. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think intent has a lot to do with it. And I know people are like, oh, be careful what you're trying to communicate with. Well, here's the thing. I think that you're doing that all the time. So it's kind of like, be careful what you're thinking is what you're trying to say. Because literally, if you're out in the woods and you're thinking, it'd be weird if I saw a blah, 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 and it shows up, hey, there's that, right? So that may be what we're looking at. And the more people we get there, the more that energy is multiplied. And there's a very good chance that, Jamie, you're right. It could be us in that way, in that sense. Nikki Bennett,
thanks for joining us, by the way. I have a lot of strange sightings and experiences, but I saw a triangle UFO so low and stationary over the road that I was driving and I freaked out and started keeping track of time.
Yep.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. That was smart.
That was really smart. That has become one of the things that I do. I used to do.
Ashley says it was swamp gas.
I liked to, anytime we had an incident, call out the time and not just look at it, but call it out, because I'm not so sure, if I look at something, if I'm really seeing it at this point, especially in a moment like that. What might call them highly charged something moments or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good name too.
So Ashley says, I have a few UFO videos, really good ones. I'm just not sure what to do with them. Send them over to us. Let us take a look, see what Ron can pull out of it in the editing side.
If you need anything pulled out of them, I'll do it for you. I don't care.
Swamp gas, Jamie from a weather balloon was trapped in a thermal pocket and reflected the light from Venus. That's it, dude. That's the best explanation.
That's the best explanation ever right there.
Heineck would be proud.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Patrick would have been proud too. Now he just don't care.
We need to try to recreate the Philip experiment.
You guys are familiar with that, right?
Go ahead and fill them in, because that's a very niche experiment.
If it's the one I'm thinking, this is the one where they manifested the ghost, right, Theresa? That's what you're thinking.
Is that the one, Theresa?
I'm pretty sure. If so, it was a group of researchers, and they literally created a ghost. And it was all through intent. Everyone basically sat around and started speaking to this person that they made up completely. And lo and behold, it actually worked. They got actual evidence, I don't remember if did they get EVP evidence? I can't recall, but they actually supposedly somehow got the transcommunication with this thing that shouldn't exist because they made it up. They literally thought it up and yet started communicating
and
with
stuff
it.
like that is why simulation theory exists.
Yeah, stuff like that is why simulation theory exists, because that should not happen.
Pat says cloaked ships, that's what they have to be. Yeah, I mean, those things were invisible to the naked eye.
Yeah, you couldn't see them, bud.
Has anyone ever predicted a date that UFO orb will show up and then have it happen with a witness?
Now, what was that? Wait, what was the question?
Has anyone ever predicted a date that a UFO or orb will show up and then have it happen?
Yeah, not us, but what's his name? What's his name? I can't think of his name. Oh, geez. UFOs of God, the author.
Oh,
Chris? Is it Chris?
It's not Bledsoe, is it?
No, it's not. But I don't think it's. I can't remember. That's what keeps coming to my head for some reason, though.
Yeah, he's the one that does it because he did it on video with the news and everybody.
Yeah, he's done it. Yeah,
maybe it's Chris. His first name is Chris.
All right, I gotta look this up. Hang on. See if I can find it. It's not Bledsoe though. Hang on a second.
Do UFOs make like a humming noise, almost like drones?
No.
No, but there are frequencies that definitely can.
Yes.
Sitting on the patio late evening, I heard a whooping. Real pretty.
Always go with your first instinct. It is Chris Bledsoe.
It is Chris Bledsoe.
Yeah, UFO of God. It's
dogs going nuts.
Story. Chris
Week
Bledsoe.
after climbing area 30 miles south, took comfort break to admire the view. Some whoop came from another ridge.
Wow. Wow. You know, and that goes with the theory as well, Joe, that sometimes, you know, are we even, boy, I hate to say this because it gets to the point to where you sound crazy. It really does, because you go out in the woods and you're like,
it's easy to sound that way.
Okay, so we just heard Bigfoot, right? Or what do we think may be a Bigfoot? Let's take the workshop, for example. Everybody who was there, and there's a few of you here who experienced it. So you know what we're talking about, and you knew it was real. What was happening to you was real. That was your perceived reality, our group conscious perceived reality, right?
Yep.
The question is, was it tailored just for that group? See, that's where it gets weird, and you start saying like, "Oh, geez, did you really go down?"
Yeah, that's when it does get it gets super creepy and strange,
because there's evidence that says, yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
Yep.
That's the weird part.
And I'm not the guy that normally, you all know me, I'm not the guy that normally gets off into that kind of stuff and like, oh yeah, you did that. But no, he's not wrong. There's a lot of evidence, you know. For example, the Philip experiment is one of those prime examples, and they're still getting, if I remember right, they're still getting evidence to this day out of that site. But you know, it is a very, very strange thing that could have occurred. And then was it synchronous that certain people left?
Oh yeah, right.
And that we only had, and the people that were there, was that tailored to the people that stayed?
Yep.
Was it very like strange. I don't know, it gets weird. It gets really weird. Was it a payoff for the people that stayed?
The more you start thinking about it,
the crazier you start feeling.
I'm telling you, you start like, oh man, this string goes here and that one goes there, and you start making that crazy board that you used to see on all the conspiracy theories.
And then all of a sudden you're the meme. You're
yeah, exactly. And it's like,
yeah,
you know, do I care that much? I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. So
I love you too as well. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. It's my favorite song.
Where the streets have no name.
Oh, that's another good one, man.
Yeah. Sunday Bloody Sunday. Those
Sunday Bloody Sunday's like intense. That's a good song, but still haven't found what I'm looking for. Is my favorite.
Is that your motto or something? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, to a degree. That is like that and Tom Petty's "Won't Back Down" are my two motto songs.
Hmm.
And I used to tell people all the time when I was a pastor, I'd be like, Tom Petty's Won't Back Down has more like spiritual context than the majority of worship songs out there that people sing every Sunday.
It's a good song. It's a really
Yeah.
good song. Really good song. I could go through the Buffett catalog, but I won't. What we got? First few years talking about all my experiences, I felt nuts until it became a norm, and y'all helped me through. Now I just don't care. See, that's where you got to get right there. That's where you got to get right there at that last line where she says, "Now I just don't care." You have to get to that point if you're an experiencer. If you don't, you'll take it personal, and
Yeah.
they will tear you apart. And that's what they want. They want you to break in public. They want you to look like the crazy person that they already have you pictured as in their head. I really don't care if you think I'm crazy. I know what I experienced. I know what I saw. I don't know what the reality of it though. And I don't feel bad sitting here and telling you, I don't know the reality of it. I just know that I perceived it. It was a very real perception. But I can't tell you the exact origin of it. I can't tell you, oh yeah, that was Bob from Zeta Reticuli, or, from the Pleiades system, like some of these people can do. I can't do that. It doesn't mean that, they can't. I just know I can't. So that's where I'm at with that.
Theresa brought up the thing about Kanoa when we did the workshop, how Larry saw that white deer when he was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now come to find out later down the road, there is a white doe that hangs out down in that area of the forest. And I believe they were supposed to have marked her with some kind of a dye so nobody would shoot her during hunting season. Did a rock roll down the hill next to us, or did something throw it at us?
See?
Yeah.
See? That's what I'm getting at. I think something threw it at us. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know that the way that impacted on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That definitely wasn't rolling. It rolled through the branches. That's for sure.
It definitely rolled through the branches. And then we had the issue with, Pat's battery.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
And the walkie-talkie that fried.
Let's not forget that battery, because that, wow. How many of you guys, have you guys seen the battery footage?
We've got some new folks in the chat that I know haven't
I know.
seen it.
That's what I'm thinking. I might pull that out here. If you guys want to see it, I'll let you see it. I know where some of these are now because I just had to find them all. And there's some really good stuff here. Let me see if I can find that one. I had to make me a folder on the desktop called Seth's Clips, if it tells you anything. It's really sad.
Not that I didn't want to mention the Phoenix Lights, it's that I didn't think that big of a deal at the time, and the government played it down so hard.
Right? Yeah, they did.
Facebook users saying, please show it.
Well, here's the part with the where that we discovered that the
that's old Jeff Byers over there is please show it.
Geoffrey. This is where where we discovered that our walkies were messed up. So I'll pull it out here. Put that up there. It's uploading right now. So see if we can get that.
While that is uploading, guys, don't forget here in it's going to be 2 weeks. We were going to be at CryptidCon. We are speaking and doing a presentation where we're going to be covering a whole lot of this stuff. And if you want to come out and hang out with us, and even Jamie and Jen, they're also going to be there. It's going to be a great time. Come hang out with us at the table. Come eat dinner with us. It's going to be a good time.
It's the party. This is the party. I'm telling you, this is the party. This is the rap party, so to speak, because we're going out and we're going to have a really good time on this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be serious, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Trust me, at that table, we're going to have a lot of fun.
So yeah, Scott saw the one here as well.
Yeah, here we go.
Both of these were charged together on the dock last night. Mine is dead. Hers is still full.
What is that?
Walkies.
Our comms.
Oh, serious?
Night Vision and FLIR both are dead.
What?
Yeah.
Both Night Vision and FLIR are dead.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
isn't it? And so how do you explain stuff like that? I just want to know. Come at me with a skeptical thing. I want to hear it because I want to know how you explain stuff like
Right.
that. And then I'm going to get you one other piece here. And then you're going to have to explain that away too. And pretty soon you're explaining away stuff that statistically, there's just no way that this is absolute accident or, I just don't understand it to this day. I'm not saying, oh, it's 100% this or that. I'm just saying I don't fully understand what happened. And I don't know how to, if that makes sense. All right, so let me see if I can
Pat
find
said that's my
this.
best camera work.
I know you did a great job out there with the camera, buddy. That was awesome. That was very cool. I think our next investment will get some audio gear later this year, next year, I mean, and we'll be throwing that out into the mix as well. Where is that footage? Let me find this. That's not it. I hadn't planned on doing this, right? I had it all like lined up for
Staged and
you.
ready to go.
Yeah. But this is how the show works. It's how our live
This
show
is a
works.
live show. It just kind of takes on a life of its own sometimes.
When you guys ask for something, we're like, okay, well, all right, I'll do that, and I'll show it to you.
So while he's bringing that up, I'll bring this up. Oh, Masan is back at it again.
Oh, geez.
And presented this photo with that is a very cheap kit. I used to have one of those kits. It's $8 off of Amazon, and it's put there with those alleged mummies, like it was being used by somebody to work on the mummies as some kind of strange dissection. But I know Tony Breeden will love this one. And then if you guys are interested, yeah, speaking of Crypticon, we're going to rewind that. Speaking of Crypticon, this is a new print for Crypticon. Ron's going to have this one printed out. It's going to be on the table, exclusive to Crypticon, limited numbers.
Well, it's at the printers right now.
Swing down and get it.
Yeah, it's at the printers right now, so we're waiting to get it back at this point. Still looking. Man,
Scott Holbrook said, "Don't forget that tree falling too. That really, really large tree."
Oh yeah, that's right. There was.
And then Jamie said, "In the meantime, show that jelly baby again. Here's one. This is kind of like tadpole-esque, and it's got a crystal in the forehead, and it's got some teeth in its face, and I've got 4 eyes that I've got to still put in this one. Then I've got this one down here. The other two are upstairs. I've got this little guy, this little tentacly dude. They're going to get painted over the next couple days, and they will be exclusive on the table there at Crypticon. And they're fun. They're just little fun guys to make. I've had a blast with these guys. They're original sculptures. There are not copies of these. And so if you want one of these, come down to Crypticon.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty cool.
Ada Cox says, when the tree fell, it got everyone's attention. That it did. Pat even said to put everyone on high alert.
Oh, it totally did. Yeah.
Tony said, Jamie, definitely not a hoaxer, Masan. Yeah, it's people that just don't want to believe, even if it's right in front of their face. Yeah, you definitely get a lot of that, Beth. Theresa said that tree was terrifying. That it was. But yeah, those star jelly babies, those are all one of a kind sculptures. They'll be on the table and they're going to be affordable. And you guys, if you want them, come down to Crypticon, pick one up. I think I'm only going to have about 6 of them made. Just because I'm not going crazy on it right now. If they like them, I'll make more. But yeah, they're all just little one of a kind sculpts. They're fun. I've had a really good time making them. Adam Good says the tree falling was natural for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that tree was absurdly loud.
I don't know why I can't find the footage. I just had it yesterday.
Is it in the file?
Not the full. I wanted to find the battery.
Oh, you're wanting to find the yeah. I got you.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. Because that's pretty impressive.
So I don't know if you guys can see these. All of those little star jelly guys are going to have custom painted eyeballs, and they're going to each one of them has different stuff. So some of them glow. They're all photoreactive. All of the star babies will be 100% photoreactive. Some will be glow in the dark.
That's weird. I don't see it. I know it's here. Huh.
And then Scott said, I was up there 10 minutes before it fell. Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah, right. That is true. Yeah, it was very strange. I don't know how else to say it other than it was very strange. And if I ever found that battery part, you'd understand how strange it really was.
Pat says it disappeared. The Mibs got Ron's footage.
Maybe. I don't know. I had it yesterday. It's just, you've been on this computer. You know how it is. I see all the other stuff. Like literally, I see all the other stuff. There's that. But I don't see Bigfoot Workshop, which is weird.
I'm an artist in my own heart. In other words, I'm not that good. Beth actually can churn out some decent stuff. Let me
She can paint.
I got one up here in my office.
No, she can paint good. Good painter. Good artist.
Yeah, I've got one hanging in my office. Oh. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Can I snake it down? Maybe.
Where did that
Without
go?
knocking too much stuff over.
Oh, I doubt it. Not you. I mean,
this is one of Beth's paintings. She's pretty good.
for sure.
I like all the creepy eyes.
Hey, it's in the KSF folder, probably. No, nope, it's not. That's our thing. That's our weird thing that happened. That's the weird thing.
Looking for your footage, Ron? Weird.
Ha ha ha. Found it. All right. Now let's find that part with Pat. I found it. I think this is the segment we want right here.
Yeah, Scott said that scream was unreal. That light there at the end. And that my recording device was on. I actually captured that scream.
Okay.
But everybody else's were turned off. I left one back at the shelter running, so it caught it.
That was when we went on the trail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we all came back, everything was shutting down. Everybody was getting ready to leave. Glenn was getting ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden we were like, Wah!
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got this. I think I know where we're at now. I do believe this is the footage I am after. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think I found my footage. Let's see if I did. I do. Oh, no. That's not it. All right. I found this one. So I'm going to put it up here. This is the footage of, let's see, where'd I have that at? I think.
You were there, Pat, when that happened.
What?
That weird scream noise there at the end.
That happened as everybody's leaving, right? Or what's his name was leaving?
Glenn was leaving.
Glenn was leaving when that happened. Yeah. That was very strange. Battery incident 1. Here we go. This is the all right. I'm uploading it. So I'll set it the scene for you. We had went out on the trail. This was in the evening. We're going to go up and do the trail thing. And as we're going up on the trail, we had already seen what happened there before we went on the trail. Everything died. Everyone's equipment pretty much. A little bit up the trail, Patrick taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, this light that I had all day, been turning it on, flipping it off. And I'd seen him doing it. So I know it's right. He did do that. It don't work no more." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, save that. I want to take that back and we'll look at it when we get back to camp." And after the incident, we went back to the camp and he opens it up and he hands me the battery from it. And this battery looks like, I'll let you see it. You tell me what you think. Here's the whole incident. And moreover, this is not just the battery. Hey, Larry,
Larry, what's going on, brother?
Just talking about the
happy Veterans Day to you as well, my friend.
And so we're gonna show you this. And what I did is during Kecksburg, I went up and I talked to a couple people about the battery incident and let them weigh in their 2 cents on this battery as well, how it could happen. So that'll be at the end of this. But here you go. Enjoy this. This is a little clip of what happened during the last workshop.
Go ahead. Well, you got here and your light worked.
Yeah, my light worked. I knew I was coming out here. I knew it was going to be dark. I knew I needed a light.
Do you have the light?
I have the light. The light's right here.
Okay.
It's a light I've had for a long time. I double-checked this battery. This battery was not corroded or anything. I put it in the light. It worked. So I thought, okay, we're good. It's not a new battery. It's got an old expiration date.
But it worked.
But it did work.
And we went out on the trail.
And I've been playing with it, just fidgeting with it all day, and it lit up every time until we went down here to go walk down the trail, and then it just would not do anything.
Dead battery.
Just dead battery. Okay. And then I go pull it out, and it's swollen and corroded.
Looks like it has been. I mean, that looks like an old battery.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get close up because this looks like. I mean, it's swollen. It's physically swollen, like it's an old battery, but it wasn't an old battery. This thing.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that it could swell that fast, and it probably could leak a little bit, but the corrosion is what gets
the
me.
corrosion is weird.
All right, so I'm here at Kecksburg, the UFO Fest, and I ran into someone. Stan actually introduced us. This is Tim. Tim is more than qualified to address this battery issue. You want to tell them what you do, Tim?
Actually, I'm a software engineer. I work for a small IT company in Columbia, Maryland, and contracted to the Defense Department. Mm-hmm.
So, Tim, what would cause it?
Well, in my opinion, and also my experience, the only thing that would cause a battery to do that generally is being exposed to extreme weather, hot and cold, enough to make the internal battery case crack and allow the acid to come out, so it would corrode over a matter of time. I've had to replace a number of electronics, clean them up, or throw them away because of battery corrosion, but I have never seen anything come out, a battery do that right out of the box.
Yeah. So, right. So, so that's what happened. And, again, these were just a series of stacked coincidences. You can say 2 of them are coincidences, right? But then you got 3, and you got 4,
way more than 2,
and then
we
you
had all
got
kinds of craziness going on.
A dozen weird things.
Then we had the shortly after we got back to our shelter, we got the 1.6 gigahertz
That's
reading.
right. We did do that. That's right. And which shouldn't be there. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what was out there. I honestly couldn't tell you what was out there, but I can tell you that there was something going on that night, and it was very, very strange. So that's why when we have these workshops, they tend to go pretty fast because they fill up really fast because
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know. I mean, it could be nothing, or it could be
the first few
something.
workshops we did. They were great workshops.
Right. Yeah.
They were
all they
workshops,
were.
They were just workshops. Didn't have anything weird, crazy happen.
No, that happened after we started getting
Well,
into stuff pretty much.
Kind of, sort of nothing weird, crazy happened. We did have, with the very first workshop, we did have that experience with the great horned owl. So the very first workshop, when we made it up to the point, when we were up there at the very end, when we got into that round.
Oh yeah, we did.
We had that great horned owl.
Yeah, we did. We did have the great horned owl, and it was, it sounded like it was right beside us. I remember that.
It was
on,
up the ravine from us.
I've got that on recording too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have that.
So, looking back at that, the owl started this.
Absolutely.
Actually, he'll follow the data. Exactly.
Believable.
Follow the data.
I had forgot about that owl.
Yep. I was thinking about that yesterday, actually.
The whippoorwills, and then the owl started.
Yep. The whippoorwills. We caught the whippoorwills for a while, and then we had the owl going off.
Oh my God, dude.
Space Wookiees messing with my batteries.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird, really strange phenomena. Because for anybody who's listening, we are still flesh and blood kind of Bigfoot creature believers, and
he is. Anyway.
There's also something else. There's also something.
I don't know what's out there. I don't even know if it's just a hologram at this point. I'm not sure. I
had something walking up the creek at the shelters while we were walking. That's true. That's true, because we did have somebody set back.
Yes.
She heard that walking, and we found footprints.
Yes, Jessica sat back at the shelter, and then it freaked her out.
Found some extra footprints, but they were still just in deep leaf litter, and it was the same size roughly as what we'd already cast.
Yep. And the other interesting thing about that one we cast is, again, we didn't notice it. Because we just thought it was interesting. We'll take it's not the best cast. It looks like crap, but was it Cliff Barrickman was walking by the table, and he's like, "Oh, by the way,
because Cliff uses that one cast that we made, the original Salamander cast.
What?
He shows people that as an example of like how an ugly cast is a good cast, and he saw that one, like Ron said, and was like, "Oh, hey, look."
It was just that fast. It's just like, what? I mean, seriously.
And they were less than a mile apart.
If you really think about it, yeah. They're just, 2 years apart, but,
Beth said, didn't y'all hear owls up here? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
The night when we were up there with Seth and everybody filming with Small Town Monsters, we had those owls going off in the bottom.
We don't really, I don't think that. When I hear an owl, I'm like, yeah, it's an owl. I'm in the woods. It's an owl. I heard owls growing up,
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm just used to owls. Now, I did get excited because I get excited anytime I hear owls, especially great horned owls, which is what was down in that bottom.
Yeah, you got extremely excited when we heard that owl. I remember that. But he was so close. I mean, that owl.
Yeah, he was right there.
That was awesome.
I said, maybe if I follow them, I can get some clear evidence.
Probably shouldn't follow the owls, from what I'm understanding.
Listen to tomorrow's episode.
Tomorrow's episode.
That's what you want to do.
Go for it, but I would listen to tomorrow's episode before I even volunteered to entertain that idea, because it gets weird out there, guys. It gets really weird. I was going to let you guys know. I just went over and checked our stats, and you guys are on track for breaking the record again. With your comments, you're almost at 500, and that's a good episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime that we hit that 500 mark, it's always a big deal. That's really awesome.
But you guys are always really engaging in the chat, and we really appreciate that. You guys are what make the show, and this show's for you.
Yeah, it helps. It absolutely helps. I mean, the algorithms look at that. They're like, wow, they're engaging people. We need to show them to more people. And that's how we get out there.
Yep.
And, and then we get a new people to come in, which is wonderful. We'll get a new person to come in. If you're new, subscribe. We want to get you on the official count. And besides, you don't know what's going to happen. You might be the person who puts us over the top, because I've already issued a challenge at this point that you guys, I've talked about before. We are sitting at, what's our dashboard showing? Oh, we went up 1533. So we're showing at 1,533 members. And for us, that's very good, by the way.
Yeah, for a young YouTube channel, it's
Very
fantastic.
good. It's very good. 1,533. I already made the proclamation. If we hit 2,000, we're going to give something away at when we get there. If we get there before Christmas, that was the goal. So this is it. Well, I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to bump up. I'm going to push the pod a little bit up here. We're going to still do the Christmas thing, but if something even more crazy happens, say we go over to 2,500. If we hit 2,500 by New Year's, we're going to sweeten the pot. We're going to put something else in there, and we're going to do the live drawing right here on the probably on the New Year's Eve episode is what I figure we'll do. So just get ready for that, guys. That's coming. So the more people you get in here, the better the prize will get. Yeah.
Engagement feeds the algorithm. The algorithm pushes the show. The show attracts more of us weirdos. More weirdos equals emotional profit.
That's correct. Absolutely. And the profit to keep this thing running, which we're very grateful for. Every single
because you guys have made that a reality for us, and it's not
keeping the dream
taking
alive.
meat off of our backside to make it happen. It's
keeping your
support that has carried this.
Well, it allows us to invest in other things, more equipment, and making things better out there on the road for you guys.
Especially when they hike the prices. When the prices on stuff goes up, and we're not ready, we didn't know about it until it goes up.
We knew about the suite, if that's what you're talking about.
So
that one we knew about. Some of these materials, though,
yeah,
I don't know about that, because that's all subjective. I mean, but thankfully it happens, and that's how it is, and that's what we want. So it's a wonderful thing, like I said, to see everyone get together, if not constantly, at least for the 2 hours or so that we get to do this, and everyone gets to just have some fun, because let's face it, it's a stressful world, and anytime that you can just come home, chill out, watch us on TV, or whatever you're watching on a laptop,
because I know that Dewster blows us up on the big screen occasionally.
He does. He does. Anytime that you're doing that, and it just gives you a little bit of time to sit back and listen. Sometimes you might learn something. Sometimes you might just be like, well, they're full of crap, but I still like this. That's okay. As long as you like it, that's all that matters. As long as you come back, that's all that matters.
That's our buddy Seth over at Wild Sage.
There he
Felt.
is. Well, Wild Sage Felt.
He's enjoying the sculpting going on. Hey, I'm using the time as best as I can. It's fun. This is the beauty of ADD. I can do a lot of things at once, and apparently get paint on me as well.
It's the time that I don't do anything. One of the few, and that's why I like it so much.
Yeah, usually I'm not. Usually I stay like in it, but everything's been going great though tonight.
I have made some magical dice, by the way. I know Ashley was asking what's coming up for next year. Well, there's one of them. You'll get to see some really cool new acrylic products that we'll be putting out. You'll like them. Trust me. It'll be cool. Especially since, it's the creators who brought you Star Jelly.
What?
What
oh, man.
is wrong with you people?
Fun was having a pizza dinner with Wild Bill at Hawking Hills.
Yeah, he had fun. He had a lot of fun.
Theresa says, I was born into a family of weirdos, but I really pushed the bar.
I think we all push the bar in some way.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, to this subject matter, I should say. We are definitely pushing the bar when it comes to that. Oh my God, you guys are so close to 500. It's not even funny. Yep. I don't want to ruin it for you. Just keep on commenting and talking amongst yourself. But you guys are you're stupid close at this
Ada
point.
Cox says, my mom always said I was different and weird.
And well, they always made fun of me in school for being weird. I'm going to be serious just for once with you guys. There were some episodes, I guess, in high school where I was not very popular. Yeah, I know. And there were some issues with that, which basically caused me to get pummeled from time to time, bullied. Yeah, that's what it is. Today, there'd be a big issue. Back then, it wasn't that much of an issue. Back then, it was just like, either you're going to do something about it or you're not. Well, eventually, one day, I did do something about it, and that all stopped. But I was the weird kid. I was the weird one who always drew the weird stuff, weird spaceships, all this stuff, acted, just a little outside, because when we had to do like assignments in class, I was always doing stuff like, either ancient history or something about astronomy, physics, things like that. I remember having to get up and do it was an oral presentation. They wanted us to do an oral presentation on something that we knew about. This was in physics class. And it was just like you had to do it off the top of your head. And I got up and I started doing this presentation about black holes, antimatter, and the possibility of extra dimensions. And the kids were like looking at the instructor, and he's like, he's right. That's real. And it blew their minds. So, I was the weird one, but that weird thing also got me some very interesting stories, got me some incredible friends. I'll tell you that, because when you test someone with Zener cards in your library, they either become one of your best friends, or they run the other way and you never see them again. So I made a lot of friends that way. And yeah, they thought I was weird and so forth. But what's really funny is I can look at them and be like, yeah, I mean, I made a business out of being weird. We literally created a business out of being weird. It's in the title.
Yeah.
So don't you ever feel weird or bad or anything to that nature. Don't ever let anyone run you down because you're different, because you see things wrong compared to them. Not everything, if you listen to Ashley's thing, not everything's demons. You're not going to, be put on some naughty list because you looked at this or looked at that. If you weren't supposed to do it, you wouldn't do it. That's the way I see it. We all have a path. Wouldn't you agree with that, Joe?
Yep. I would agree with that. And you are the only one that can walk that path. You're meant to be on the path you're on, and you're the only one that can do it.
Yeah. And, I hate to get preachy with you, but that's just something I felt that needed to be said, because I do see a lot of people get run down. My Beth is one of them. Beth was talking about that before, like she was afraid to talk about her sightings. And my God, she had some incredible sightings, just incredible data that we pulled from Wineberry.
Yep.
We would never have pulled that if she would have stayed afraid. If she would have been that person who I went up there and shot that first time and said, I don't want to be seen on camera. I'll tell my story, but I don't want to be seen. I don't want anybody to. Wow, that changed. And it changed because she was shown that it's okay. You're normal. There's these encounters, they happen. These things happen out there. People witness this stuff day in and day out. And it's just how that it fits into their belief systems, or how they're afraid someone's going to basically judge them, that determines some things. I mean, look at me. I didn't say anything for 20, 30 years. And there's still things I can't talk about just yet, just to let you know. I mean, for you guys who know me know that, but that will happen one day. I just cannot right now. There's some stuff that has to be worked out before that can happen. But the whole story it's pretty phenomenal. And like I said, because of these stories, these incidents that happen to all of us, we get to meet some of the most incredible people. And I don't mean stars. I mean people, honest to goodness people who have these experiences. And those people tend to, become pretty good friends, is what I'm trying to get at.
And Beth here, Beth commented after hearing what Ron was saying there, said, I actually messaged Joe a few years back because people were calling me strange for seeing this stuff. And he was the one who told me not to care and just stay strong. And I had so many conversations with Beth in the beginning, especially, and still to this day. But when she first started communicating with us about the sighting and about all the activity going on up there. You know, we talked for hours and made so much headway that now she's part of the team. She's actually an investigator, and she's going out collecting statements, and she's taking sighting reports and finding physical data. I mean, it's amazing what people can do if you believe in them, and if you just give someone your time.
You know, even if you don't believe their story, they're still people. You know, treat them like people. Keep it weird. Free for all the weirdos and weirdettes. That's our motto. But even if you don't believe someone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not an attack against you.
Ashley says we could all stand to be a little honest and stand to be a little nicer to each other within the community. Everyone is my friend in my eyes in the weird little community. We need to unite and build a strong community.
It's because we're not a very big community, Ashley, and you and me know that.
We're not very big at all. Like
you
Ron,
and me know this.
A lot of people who are in the community don't realize exactly how small this community is. We figured it out really quick. It's a microcosm.
It really is.
And there's not the reason you see the same people on TV all the time. The
or
reason
at
you see
the shows.
Yeah. Or at the shows is because that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a handful of like people who are going out and researching on their own and doing their own things and stuff like that. But it's a very small pool, you know, unlike some other much larger communities like the reptile community that we were a part of, which is a subculture. You know, you've got in this looking at this stuff, you know, the paranormal world is a microcosm, not a subculture. You hear a lot of people use the term like counterculture. It's really not even counterculture. It's not large enough to be counterculture. You've just got a few weirdos and strange people like us who are out here researching this phenomena and trying to find answers. And it's a really, really small group of people.
Well, it's even smaller when you consider that, and I'm not slighting anyone. I'm just telling how it is. When we talk about this, we have researchers like us who actually go out and do stuff. And then we have the people who just go out and make social media content and don't know what they're talking about. They just read, you know, well, they'll quote us or they'll even take, you know, still images and use them as their own stories or fillers, right? So you've got to weed out that, because here's the thing. They get a lot more hits than we do.
Yeah, they do.
They get a lot more hits than we do because they're influencers. We're not influencers. We're just telling you the truth. The only influence we have is hopefully making you guys realize it's okay to talk. It's okay to come out and tell your stories, because not everyone's going to laugh at you. Yeah. I mean, we talked about this with, you know, with Freddie, you know, we're talking about that, about Freddie. Remember, like at the Flatwoods Monster thing, it was like, dude was a hero. Didn't know it. He had no clue. He had no clue. And I think that's one of the saddest things to me. I mean, you know, I think it's important, like I said, that we grow the community, and that's what we try to do. That's why you guys will notice this over on the group. You members over on the Wild and Weird, the group
on
page,
the Facebook page.
Yeah. You guys know that you'll see this. Sometimes you'll see posts over there, and then you'll see other posts, or you may submit a post and it may not get approved. Well, some of those posts that you see, like by, for example,
Spooky
Appalachia. There's a
Theresa
reason
of the haunted history.
Theresa. Yeah. There's a reason these guys get mentioned, because they always do the same for us. Ashley, same thing. And that's what we need to do. We need to lift each other up, because that's what we need to do. It's not to make someone bigger than the other. Everyone's the same. Let's be real on this. I mean, sure, some of us go out and do some work in the field. Everyone can contribute, though. I know who was it? Jamie said, I do my research in online or something. Hey, that's great, because someone needs to do the background stuff.
Yeah.
That's like
Analyst work.
It's like Dave Roberts. When we have Dave doesn't sometimes go to field with us, but my God, he collects mounds, pages and pages of history and data on places for us in the background. That's what he does because everyone can contribute. That's how we created the collective, just like that. Because that's what's supposed to be, a collective working toward a common goal. Data don't lie.
Yep.
That's the truth. That's the truth. You may not like it, but it don't lie.
You know, it's one of these things where, you know, we are, because it is such a small community, it's so important for us to all network and work together instead of having rifts and all that stuff. But you're not going to avoid it because you have people who do think they're famous, etc.
It's always going to be that way.
And if you think you're famous in this community, all that really means is you're the weirdest of the weirdos in a very small group of people.
You should probably get an award for that.
Right.
I know someone was asking about how do you, it was on one of the posts I'd seen this week, like, how do you determine who gets basically to be a speaker? And
oh yeah, I responded to that guy.
Oh, did you respond?
Yeah, I responded to him because it was based, somebody had shared my post over on one of the other bigger groups.
Yeah.
And then he said, but now he did say he edited the comment saying, I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm just genuinely curious.
He wanted to be curiously and know. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know, I filled him in. I told him that, you know, for us, we do have peer reviewed data. We have experts who have reviewed our data. We've got anthropologists who have reviewed our data. And, you know, that's why we're here. And then some of the other people that speak at these things, they have PhDs in their field. And then you've got other people who've been, you know, they're easily Googleable. Yeah. If you look at them, like, especially the TV people.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and what gives the other one, what gives them the right to host these? I mean, anyone can host these. Come on. My dear, you have no clue what's coming. I told you we've
been working on that one for a while.
There's things coming. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, we've been working that one for a while.
You need to get out of my head right now, girl. Don't you be reading my mind. But you'll like it, I promise. Yeah, there's something really, really cool that we do want to do soon, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know that there's a couple of people here that'll probably be in the running for whatever this. Yeah, they're going to appreciate it. Let's just say that y'all appreciate it because again, you gave and now we give back. That's how this works. So that's how we do things anyway. But let me go check the numbers. You guys have been active again. So
they've blown it out of the water.
Did they? Holy crap! They are about to blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So here's a question for you guys. While we still have you here, what subject would you like to hear us talk about next week? Because we're going to be moving into that. Well, I guess we'll be talking a little bit about Mothman because
it's Mothman Days.
So what would you like to know about Mothman? There you go. That'd be a good question. I'm going to try to get some guests in to talk about Mothman. We'll see if we can do that. That'd be really cool. And after that, is there anything else you can think of that you might want to discuss or that you might want us to cover, so to speak? We've got some lists for the regular shows, but
for the lives.
But for the lives, this is your show.
Yep.
So,
what do you guys want to hear us dive into?
Yeah, give me a little bit of
or rather, what would you want to dive into with us?
Star jelly.
Star jelly. I would totally dive into Star jelly.
You know, the weird thing is I probably would too. It sounds like them old Jello molds back in the 60s, right? Where people used to.
You know, speaking of the old Jello stuff, this might bring back a core memory for some people who owned a Sega Genesis. Do you remember the old Fantasia Disney game where you played as Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
That one level where you're jumping on the Jello gave me extreme anxiety. That red Jello goo, because like I would say, like if you collapse into the Jello, you can't get out. There's no air. Like you suffocate, and everybody watches you. There it is. There it is.
There it is. There it is. I got it. But oh dear, I dropped that one. But it's okay because they're unbreakable pretty much.
Oh yeah. So Milton Pope said, "Dang it, I missed it again. My notification button must not be working." No, if you might have to go back and re-trigger it, because on occasion it will take you out of the notification posts. YouTube does that from time to time to see if you're really dedicated. And I don't say like dedicated to us, but like if you're really truly dedicated to watching YouTube videos that they send you a notification for. Like if you don't respond to some of those notifications from time to time, YouTube will just pull that notification bell right off and you won't know it. It's not your fault. You know, but hey, you know, it's going up here shortly, so you'll be able to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, it goes right back. It goes up immediately after the show's over. You can go back and watch it. There's some good stuff too, by the way. If you are going to go do that, I know we showed a lot of stuff. Angie, it's coming.
Yeah, that's on its way.
That's big time coming, and that's going to be one that you do not want to miss. What's she saying?
Make a star jelly recipe for cooking for cryptids part 2. That star jelly recipe might wind up going into the wild and weird kitchen.
You just never know what's going to happen with any of this stuff. I think.
Yeah, see, Beth said that notification bell thing happened to her as well. It happens all the time, guys.
Yeah. I used to get notifications, and I don't get them anymore either. So that's probably what it is. You probably do have to go and redo it again.
This is the only YouTube I got to know. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. They are guilty about that. They are guilty about that. Just go and click on it and turn it off and then turn it back on, and it should bump the notifications again.
Also, if you're not a member over on the group page, get over there, because I send out a reminder anywhere from like 10 minutes or so before the show every Thursday, sent out to everyone. So every member over there, like 4,000 members, get it. I know some of them are like, I don't want this. Well, okay, then subscribe out. I don't care. Drop out. But for the people who do want it, it's there. And all you just click the link.
Seth asked about sheep squatch for a future topic. We could definitely hit it, but probably not run a whole show on it, just because I am uniquely involved in the sheep squatch thing, oddly enough.
If I can sum it up for you really quick, Seth.
Yeah.
Sheep squatch, real or fake, Joe?
Fake.
Okay.
It's super fake.
Wait,
not
Joe.
even and it's not even mistaken Sasquatch sighting.
Well, I mean, not the original. Anyway, I guess some of
Summoned.
Some of the later ones, I guess, could have been.
Yeah, some of the later ones could be, and there are some Bigfoot sightings that have been reported that had like an animal hide draped across the shoulders.
Yeah, right.
And so, yeah.
Hey, guess what was waiting in my yard when I got home?
Oh Lord! Did somebody hit a deer coming down the hill?
No, they were alive. They've been alive.
Oh, okay.
They're always waiting on me when I come home. They don't even move. They just sit there and stare at me. Pretty sure.
So Theresa said we could include it in the lesser known cryptids episode. And she said, I actually saw a sheep squatch. It was when that ram got loose near Gynda on Route 2. And that's what the original sheep squatch sighting was as well. Was a ram that had been loose for like on and off 2 or 3 years and hadn't been shorn. So
you got it
by the state because it was a nuisance animal.
Yep. And that's how, legends will start, just like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for a really good legend, y'all need to go back and listen to the Jersey Devil episode we did.
Yep. That is a fun episode.
That's one of the most,
that Goat Man reel. That's a good one we could do, because the Goat Man, that's a very bizarre sighting series that took place. And I think that would be a fun one to tackle.
So we'll throw it, the Dover Demon.
Oh, Dover Demon's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Dover
Do an
Demon.
episode on the Boy from Mars.
The Boy from Mars. Oh, I know what. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. We could do that. We need 20 and back, something like that. That'd be fun too, right? I mean, that's a good conspiracy theory one. Those are always good. The 20 and back group.
Yep.
I mean,
that was a fun episode too.
I can't say much bad about 20 and back, though. I mean,
there's a lot of data that's actually like supporting some of these experiencers.
I'm just saying,
sharing this same phenomena.
No, I mean, we know people who have had similar things like that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is. It's something, is it another one of those, control reality kind of things. It's kind of like the old, what was that Outer Limits, right? We control the horizontal, the vertical.
The skateboard swamp lizard man.
Yeah, I think that we can just lump these together into a really big episode on,
That'd be a good live.
Didn't we do obscure cryptids once or something like that?
We did, and we covered some of these, but
not these. I think the Sheep's Watch, but yeah, these are good. So we could definitely do a part 2 and make it alive.
Blasphemers. I found a second podcast calling Matthew McConaughey a god.
Well, they're just watching us. I mean,
yep, they are. They stole it from us.
Who
Adam, you should sue them.
It's either that or it's collective consciousness kicking in.
Yeah, right.
We're creating a reality, and oh, geez.
That said, I'm so on edge from investigating. I walked past my door in my shadow and screamed. I think I need a break. Yeah, take the weekend off, Beth. Enjoy Veterans Day.
Did it scream back? That's the question.
Yeah.
No, for real. I mean, have you guys
blasphemers? Exactly.
Blasphemers. Yeah, that's hilarious. Have you guys had that, right? Like the shadow thing? Like, I mean, I do it from time to time. I think it's just like a form of pareidolia, though, right? Where you look over and you're watching it, and all of a sudden it starts moving. And isn't that something? It's not pareidolia. It's something else. I can't remember what that is. Where you stare at something too long and you think it's moving. Because a lot of UFO sightings are like that.
Oh yeah, they are. People look at the stars and they think it's moving.
Oh, it's moving.
And it's because if you ever watch a camera focused on people's eyes, are always moving. They're, unless we're talking to somebody, they never really go static.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're observing nature, when we're looking out into a field or into the sky, our eyes are bouncing all over. And that's what causes that seeming movement.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
So, oh man, this has been a fun one.
Oh, it's been a great one. This has been one of the funnest ones. And
where are we looking at over on the comments?
Well, they blew it out of the water.
I figured
they're at 641, and I think our all-time high was 650. So
Theresa knows the name for it.
That's it.
I'm not even going to butcher that word.
Oscillopsia or Oscillopsia. It's one of the two. Yeah, this has just been a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
You set records again. I'm thinking 650 is the record.
And remember, guys, this show is brought to you all by the executive producer, Adam Good, Theresa, Theresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State, Dewey Edwards, Spooky Appalachia, Larry Hose, Guitarchains Craig, Travis Aurednik down there at the Deep End Antique Store. Man, we got to go pay him a visit. I miss old Travis.
Yeah.
Geoffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, BigfootLittlefoot, Tommy Swiger, Terri Summerfield, and Sarah Ramsey.
Now, for you guys who don't know what that is, anytime that you buy into support, you get your name up there. I don't care if it's $4, $5, $20, or $50. And yeah, that does happen. God bless them all. But yeah, you get your name up there. So just to let you know.
Ada Cox said, I would like to say thank you to all the veterans on here.
Yes, it is Veterans Day, people. So do remember and try to remember also, Veterans Day is not Memorial Day.
Right. It's not Memorial Day. It's about the folks who are still kicking it, still hanging out, no longer in service.
Right.
We're out.
Right. They're out
most
there
likely
chilling.
We don't have tomorrow off work. So remember, Veterans Day cookies are always a good thing.
What's
I always used to tell people
what is
when
your
I was
favorite
a
cookie?
pastor.
Because
I tell people where's my Veterans Day cookies?
What is your favorite?
Then eventually they started bringing me Veterans Day cookies.
What is your favorite cookie?
My favorite cookie, there's this cookie that a lady that used to work at our cafe used to make all the time called a Cookie Monster cookie.
What is that?
And it's a blue chocolate chip cookie, but it's got white chocolate, regular chocolate chips, Reese's pieces, and real Reese mini cups in it. And it's also got cream cheese mixed into it. Holy crap.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
That's my favorite cookie. But man, I'm a sucker for just a plain old chocolate chip.
Oh, I love chocolate chip cookies, but I just wondered, I've done this mega cookies, but that sounds just a mouse
Dude,
water.
I'm gonna try to remake those sometime,
That
like when we're
sounds
having a
amazing.
dinner.
That sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Because
And,
man, they were
holy crap.
they're so good. Because I have the recipe. I've just not made them personally.
Well, I mean, I can imagine it probably takes a bit, right? What are
Beth
you?
Duncan says USMC for years. I'm 52 inches tall. Happy Veterans Day, y'all.
Hoorah, hoorah. There you go.
Hoorah, Beth. Any of our Air Force folks, hang in there, fly high, baby.
We got any Space Force people here? You know,
Not yet. There probably aren't any Space Force veterans.
when I
just
did
yet.
the Veterans Day video, the thank you video, definitely included Space Force in there. Yeah, Space Force. Also included the Coast Guard and National Guard because
Ada Cox said Joe could make some of those cookies for the workshop. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. I might bring some up for the workshop. Now, what are you saying, Ron?
I'm like I said, I also included the Coast Guard and the National Guard in there as well.
Yep.
With
I mean,
Force.
they're military just the same.
I mean, yeah.
The National Guard actually deploys more than active duty.
Yeah, that's true.
They're more actively involved in deployments than anything else.
Yep.
Oh, have y'all done anything on the Gugwe? It has been 3 years since we've touched that topic, and I would love to go into that. That would be a good topic for the live. The Gugwe.
You know, I mean, we can revisit some of our older stuff. Ancient Aliens does it all the time. And I think you have to do that. So we got all new people. So let's revisit.
That'd be a really good one, man. There's a lot of stories with that. And they're so violent. They're all violent. It's like nightmare fuel.
Okay, so next Thursday, you guys want to do Obscure Cryptids Part 2 live? Is that what I'm hearing?
I think that's what I was hearing too.
Well, yeah, I think we'll do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Friday Mothman Days episode. Of course, we'll talk about Mothman on Thursday as well. We have to. It has to be done.
Ada Cox says, what is the Gugwe? Think of it like a Bigfoot, but with an extended snout, kind of like a baboon with the same sort of temperament. Beth's actually planning the trip up to Canoa State Forest sometime this month. She's going to go camping at the campground.
Nice.
So we're going to have to get out there with her.
Yep. That's nice.
But yeah, guys, this is, Obscure Cryptids next week live.
I like it.
I think that's a good one.
That'll be a fun episode.
It really will.
Cool stuff. You guys dig up some, some accounts as well.
Yeah, because you guys are hosts on this one as much as we are. So
sure are. And you can come on and tell them if you like. I mean, we also extend that to you guys.
Oh, here's a good one. We can do that one sometime in December. What about the ancient Egyptians and the UFO theory?
I got a feeling that'll probably be discussed on the holiday special that we're going to do.
Yeah, I figured it would be because we're going to have a very special guest.
Very special guest for our holiday special this year.
There's some pretty obscure Mothman sightings that don't generally get lumped in with the 66, 67 flap. Well, Theresa, sounds like you just invited yourself on the show.
It does, doesn't it?
Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
That's what I heard. I heard Theresa is going to be on the show next week. That's what I heard.
Yes. Anita Allen says those were the old giant monkeys or devil monkeys.
Uh-oh. Devil?
Yeah, devil monkey. That's what the Gugwe is similar to that kind of thing.
Demons.
Devil. It's a demon monkey.
Demon monkeys. I heard it on Wild and Weird Radio.
Adam says, when are we getting the Rev back on? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, bro. Stay tuned. It's coming.
Oh, man.
Actually, he'll be here very shortly.
Yeah, very soon.
Because I think, was it Angie mentioned the Nephilim episode?
Yeah, Angie mentioned Nephilim. Yeah. He's going to be on the Nephilim show that we're putting together.
So he will be.
Anita, we'll give you a shout too.
Yep. Yeah, anyone's welcome to come on this one. It'll be fun. It's going to be a good old time. I mean, there might even be. Well, no, there won't be any star jelly because you guys bought all the star jelly. I've got to make more now. And the record was officially 100% shattered into oblivion tonight. Just to let you guys know, 685 comments as of right now, and that's not happened before. So talk about us.
Now remember. The 18th and 19th, we will be in Lexington, Kentucky at CryptidCon. It is the biggest show towards the end of the year. It's one of our favorite shows to set up at and be a part of. And then this year, we're actually going to be presenting our research data. We're going to be going over all kinds of stuff, and we're going to be hanging out at the table all weekend long too. So come by and talk, hang out, go out to dinner with us. We'd love to have you. Then you're also, this is going to be the only place you're going to be able to catch the new print is at CryptidCon, because it will likely sell out.
Yeah, it's limited number. So
then don't forget, tomorrow, 8 p.m., we are launching the new week's episode, Beyond Owls, UFOs, non-human contact, orbs, metaphysics, and more. A deep dive into the research of Mike Clelland. Absolutely phenomenal episode. Great interview. We can't wait to have him back, and he will be back.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back.
If you want to check out some of his books, it is The Messengers, Owls, Synchronicity, and the UFO Abductee, as well as Stories from the Messengers. Both of those can be found on Amazon or at his website.
And this is a extended episode, just to let you guys know. It is over 2 hours long, and it could have been a lot longer because, I mean, he's just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that.
Oh, Jamie's got the floor seat. I haven't seen that yet. Wild and Weird to set up across from Jamie and Jen. Can't wait. That's.
Oh, are we really? Oh my God!
Shenanigans. The shenanigans.
It's party time. I'm bringing inflatable aliens.
What about the blue people? The blue people from Kentucky. Yeah, we could talk about that. There's yeah, we could talk about the blue people from Kentucky.
This is going to be a crazy, crazy CryptidCon. I hope.
No, Theresa, we're going to get you yours. We don't need it for CryptidCon. That set was made pretty much for tonight.
This was for you
people
guys.
Who wanted them.
I wanted to make something for you guys because, you know, you're always helping us. And
who knows what could happen? What's going on, Jeremiah? Good to have you over on the show, brother.
That's good.
Thanks for jumping on, man.
That's awesome.
Guys, that's Jeremiah Byron over at the Bigfoot Society podcast.
Y'all.
Go check him out and give him some love. If you're not subscribed, man, he puts out tons of content. Go check him out.
Speaking of,
are you coming to CryptidCon, man?
Keep going, guys. You're almost at 700. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Anita said there were green children in England too.
I don't know about that one. So I'm going to need some info on that when we do the blue people. I have to talk about the green kids, apparently.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you guys something about this show. CryptidCon.
We have a blue family here in Virginia too. Genetic quirk and inbreeding. Yep. Yep. That's it.
Wasn't there something that you could take that would turn you blue too?
Yeah, colloidal silver.
Colloidal silver. Yeah, that's right.
Colloidal silver will do that. That's why, like, if you put it on any scars, your scars will stain blue. But if you drink it, oh, not this year. Be at Monster Fest 2, though. Sweet. We're going to be there. We're speaking at Monster Fest 2 as well. That's going to be our first show, I think, next year.
We're doing a demo.
Yep. We're going to be doing some demos and hanging out with everybody.
I'm going to try to summon some aliens to come down and abduct Seth while I'm there.
They'll show up and be owls landing on the roof.
Or maybe Civil War ghosts. See what I did there? I know you're not watching Seth.
Blue kids got me fired from my lifeguard job.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, you might have should have rethought that career as a lifeguard.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible, terrible, terrible.
That was a great dark joke. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to think about that. That's from you. I don't expect that kind of stuff.
Right.
I expect that from Joe.
Right. That's more the Pat.
That's 100%. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm here for. Oh man.
What?
Owl cupcakes.
Owl cupcakes.
There's what? The ingredients list, guys. Go copy that before it goes away.
What? It just went away. They didn't copy it.
Oh man. This has been a fun show, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for staying strong for 2.5 hours with us here. It's been an absolute blast.
703. You did
703
it.
comments,
So
guys. You're
you guys
killing it.
did it, and that's phenomenal. Absolutely.
Larry says, I'll be at CrypticCon on Saturday and bringing my kids. My daughter wants to meet the Mountain Monsters gang. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. We can probably definitely get some Wild Bill action going on for you, too.
Probably. It's not hard. 700. Yeah, brother. I'm glad you guys made it, Jamie, Jen. That was this is a good show. This is a real good show. Now you guys remember, tomorrow you tune in, you watch this thing. It'll be premiering live. It will not be live, but it will be premiering live.
Yes.
And I will be in the chat sections. You can interact, you can talk live while it's going on. Once it's over, of course, you can't, but we will be there for the premiere. So you guys can.
So Alan Lasser said, I'd like to know more about the Flatwoods Monster. If you go to our YouTube page and you look up, just type in Flatwoods Monster in the search, it will bring up a couple episodes. We've done a couple deep dives on that one.
Hang on, I'll get you one. It is. Where is the one we just did?
Anita said, we're shooting for 800 next week. That's right, baby.
Yeah, exactly. The more of those you get, and when we crack 1,000, we're going to really be doing something. I'm telling you guys.
Beth brings up a point. How could you see the blue kids underwater? They blend in with the pool.
What is wrong with you people?
These are my people, Ron.
My God.
Oh,
I
man.
was trying to find that episode, but it looks like there's
my dog was fascinated with Wild Bill at Woodbooger. I just remembered last weekend why she would watch Mountain Monsters with my mom all the time. I think she recognized his voice. That's very likely. It is very likely. She's like, hey, I know this guy.
Oh, yeah. He's got an unmistakable voice.
Yeah, he does.
So, I could totally see that. Get to the episodes. Oh, here they are. No, that's not it. Where are the episodes?
But you guys are awesome. Thank you guys again. If you guys want to catch up with more wild and weird content, go and subscribe over on the YouTube channel. Mash that button as hard as possible. Share it with your friends, and then go dive into our investigations subcategory. You can watch all the investigations there. You can also catch up on backlogged content. Go back and search through episodes. Pat says, I want more Wendigo knowledge than I have currently. If you would help me out with that. Yes, we could. We had a fantastic episode with Gene St. Jean on the Wendigo, man. You need to, we'll find a link and send you that one, because that's such a good episode. Gene is the man.
Yeah, that was a really good one. We need to get Gene back on. He hadn't been on for a long time.
I know. I was actually talking to him about that last week.
That'd be cool to get him.
I was talking to him and Jeff.
So. There you go. Whoever it
Jeff's
was.
going to come on soon too. Jeff, I don't know if Jeff's still listening right now.
He's
We're going to get you a date
you.
probably before the year's over.
He's lying to you. I don't believe him. Yeah, I just put that link up there. That's the one to the Flatwoods
Monster. So there you go, Alan. Copy paste that link. It'll take you straight to the video, buddy.
That has that's the one with Andrew.
So, good.
Yeah, that's the Andrew episode. So
Andrew is the curator of the Flatwoods Monster Museum.
Oh geez, you guys and your terrible jokes.
Theresa said, sorry I have to miss CrypticCon. It would be bad if I blew my own event off for it. Yeah, that's going to be, I think you guys are in Huntington, right? So if you want to make it down to Huntington, go check out it's the
you can't think of the name.
And Airwaves. Is that it?
Oh, it's something like that.
It's going to be in Huntington at the radio
Better put that up there.
museum, I think.
Get that up there.
Huntington at the Museum of Radio and Technology. So go check that out this weekend if you're in the area.
No, it's not this weekend.
Or next weekend. Sorry.
Next weekend.
Yeah. All
right. That's wonderful. Folks.
Good night, Beth.
Thank you, every single one of you, for being here and putting us over into overtime and breaking the record tonight.
Yep.
Give yourselves a big round of applause.
You guys were all great.
We're giving you a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Freaking amazing. Thank you all so much. We will see you back here Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, just like this one. And we're going to be doing, what was it, Joe?
Obscure Cryptids live.
Part 2 live.
Part 2.
Take us out, Joe.
Well, guys, if you want to catch up with more of our stuff, head on over to wildandweirdwv.com. You can follow the links there to pretty much everything we have. Go check us out. Most of you are already on YouTube. It's at Wild and Weird WV on YouTube. If you've had a sighting that you want to report to us, go to wildandweirdwv.com. Click on the Report a Sighting tab. You can go ahead and fill out the survey there. We will be in touch with you shortly after you send it. If you have not subscribed and smash that notification bell over on YouTube, do it now. Tell your friends, get everybody involved. Next week's show is going to be a blast. We absolutely love these Thursday live shows. It is a huge just stress relief
to it. Every week I look forward to it. Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things for us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, the next time you're walking around on dusk or dawn and you see an owl, don't follow it. Or do. I don't know.
Nah,
Stay wild and weird, everybody.
I wouldn't do that. I think that'd be a bad idea.